do a very quick critical critique. Quick critiques.
Yes.
Quick critiques.
Quick,
Yes,
Naretsu, quick talk about your week.
I played GFL and I played GFL and I've been playing a lot of War Thunder because I've been grinding the event. I'm gonna get my Kafir. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Yeah. It's gonna be fun. Yeah. So quick week. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, it's quick. I haven't actually done a lot. I mean, I'm off work now for 2 weeks, so that's good.
The same. Today was my last week for 2 weeks.
I have to catch up on some things. That'll be good.
Yeah, I'm filled with small projects that I keep, not having enough time or, will to do. So this 2 weeks I'll try to finish like 2 of them from the 10 that I, have on the back burner, as it is.
Based.
So
based.
On my poverty arc continue. Naretsu, last time
on the poverty arc.
On the poverty arc, I was bragging. I was making so much money with my investments.
Yeah, big investment.
The line's going up.
Stonks. Stonks.
I spent as close to 100 on groceries. It's now basically 70 was at the time. Now it's almost 100, just over 100 euros on the groceries. And I said I've made more money on the investment than I spent on the groceries. Well, Naretsu, I have now 10 euros. Oh, I should make it a little bit.
A whole 10 euros. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Come on. Nah, the image is being a little bit weird, but imagine that line is going farther to the... The farther going, it goes farther to the right, and it is...
Look at that! Look, you got a nice little mountain there. You see, it's good. It's good to have nice little mountains. Right?
I'm going to do something real quick. Hey, there it is.
And downs. Look at that. It's wonderful. Hey! Look at that mountain.
There it is.
A whole 0.21%, Ellie. Look at that.
There.
Look at that. Stonks.
Stonks down.
Ellie is doing some stonks. Look at that. Beautiful.
I'm blaming Elon Musk for crashing the American market.
Husbando, why we homeless? Husbando, we homeless. Why you invest all money into Dogecoin? Why?
Basically.
Why you would? Yeah.
But anyway,
you invested in that. Hoktar coin.
Oh yeah, I did. All my money. But no. So it will go up. No matter. It's a funny thing to mention. Now I'm actually poor, double poor. No. Poverty arc is almost over. I'm on track to spend like 70 euros less on groceries this month. That finance guy would be proud.
Yeah.
Hammer.
Hey.
Caleb, right? Caleb.
Yeah. I think his name's Caleb. Yeah. Hey.
But poverty arc is almost over. I should actually be paid a little bit earlier this month. And we'll have something called... do you have a 13th month? Do you know what it is?
No, I don't think we've got that down here. I mean, I get my annual, leave pay and whatnot, but yeah.
I thought I said it last time, but the 13th month is basically just you get an extra month's pay at the end of the year. The 13th month.
Yeah, so you get an extra nice lump sum.
Yeah.
Nice big chunk of stonks.
Yeah, so a couple of things. I'm thinking about going to Japan next summer.
Ooh, going to the homeland. Hell yeah.
I was looking at the tickets, expensive, but I'll go to, it's all the way to Japan, so it's fine, I guess.
Yeah.
And
hell yeah.
It will be for a small month again. I did 5 years ago I did that. I'll try. I want to do that again. Okay, I will have to think about it. I'll wait until my pay is in, so I can actually spend the money for the plane tickets. And I've been playing games. I've been playing Helldivers.
Video games. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did hear that Helldivers has got their new stuff. I did pop in because I heard they're going to be given like half of the whatchamacalls the Killzone
Killzone.
for free. Yeah, they're going to give that away for free. And
Yeah, they already did. So if you just log in, you get a bunch of stuff.
Right, I could just do that now then.
Yeah.
Just bump it, jump in, jump out. Hey, Helldiver, welcome.
Oh, it's fun, right? So there's stuff, the black hole. Have you played?
I haven't played in a bit. No.
Do you know what the black hole is?
I heard about the black hole. I heard that we created a black hole because we blew up a fucking planet.
Yeah. Thing is, right? So that black hole was just a nice black hole, or yeah.
Yeah, a nice, visually interesting black hole. Nothing too super, problematic.
No, but it has become a little bit problematic now, too.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
It's looking a little bit strange these days.
Oh.
And it was kind of made with the tech of those alien guys. So it's, well, super Earth scientists are on the case. But maybe one of the options is that it's actually just a giant portal. A giant wormhole. Through which
that's a bit of a problem. That's a bit of a problem.
Super Earth scientists are reassure us that this is not the case, and they have never changed their position on stuff, so it's going to be fine.
It has never happened.
Never happened. Actually, side note, very funny, Naretsu. In this event, the Illuminate invasion things, they just do hit and runs. They come to a planet, they abduct people. And then they leave. In actual game terms, you have a planet. You have to defend against them, and when the event is over, they just leave. They don't take a planet. So
I logged in right now, and I'm not seeing any free Killzone stuff, Elliot. I haven't got my free Killzone stuff. What's wrong? Do I have to? Oh no.
How are you walking around on the ship?
I'm walking around on the ship right now. I didn't get any pop-ups about free stuff. Maybe they haven't put it out yet. I don't know.
Maybe it's so much you just have it in your inventory or in your armory.
No, I checked the armory. I haven't gotten anything for free, so
I don't know. Maybe updates or something. Anyway,
yeah, it might be
small, very funny thing number 2. The Illuminate were just hitting planets at random in the south corner of the map. And then Super Earth made a statement saying, "We have figured out their patterns. They'll next attack New Stockholm. We know this for sure." And the next, do you know where they attacked Naretsu?
Not New Stockholm.
No, New Stockholm has never been attacked.
Never. It will never be attacked.
It was a funny thing.
It's not happening.
Just to show the writing, the fun they have. But yeah.
They do have a good sense of humor at the old Helldivers.
Yeah. So, but Naretsu, one big problem, my CPU's overheating, 100 Celsius, whatnot.
Oh, that's no good.
No. So I was crashing all the
cooler.
I was cold. Yeah. So one of the upgrades, I want 2 upgrades basically. I want I want to have a water cooler for the CPU.
Oh yeah.
So that's €100, a little bit less. And I want to, for my own sake, I want an internal capture card, because an external capture card has like 3 wires, and if I can just make it 1, that would be fantastic. Cable management. So that's kind of my reward for sticking out through the poverty arc. And next month, the big GPUs will come out. The
Yeah, we're
50.
thinking the new ones. Well, right now, like the hot, what is it, the AMD, what is it, the 50?
Intel
I'm
did a
sorry,
big thing apparently.
no, I would stay away from Intel because Intel's GPU is apparently pretty good. If you
Yeah,
want
that's
a
what I
cheap
heard.
GPU on the budget, it's pretty good. But the CPU, I'd stay away from. But the AMD's latest X3D thing is apparently the best thing you can fucking buy right now. So
Yeah, for the
it's
money, but in raw power, Nvidia is unmatched right now.
no, I'm talking about CPU.
Oh,
CPU for
sorry,
AMD.
CPUs.
Yeah, CPU for AMD is what you want. Yeah, the 9800 X3D is what you want for CPU. For GPU, just go with whatever the new 50 series is going to be. Is probably because that's my plan. I'm just going to
Yeah,
get whatever
because
the new 50s is.
I'm not limited because I've been playing Cyberpunk again, and it runs fine. It runs great. Uh, but there's some options that are grayed out, and it annoys me. So if I have to check out what my pay is actually. I know slightly under 3,000. That times two, etc., etc. But I also want to do the paying off mortgage extra and whatnot.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I would have
So
to
I
look down.
wonder, I wonder why. Like, if your CPU's overheating, have you tried taking the cooler off and reapplying thermal paste?
Yeah,
Because
that's
that
kind of
might.
the thing, right? Because I already wanted to have a water cooler.
Hmm.
So am I going to reapply it now or just buy it next week?
Yeah, I mean the other option you could go for is I don't know what cooler you've got on it now, but
A be
Noctua,
quiet air cooler
because
thing.
Noctua put out the new D15. It's a bit pricey, but it's the same one I've got on mine, but it's like the modern version of it, and that's more than enough to cool most things if you wanted to stick with air. But I mean, water cooler is fancy, so
Yeah, I
I,
found one for like 60 euros. So
yeah, because my thing is like for water, you kind of need to get something that's at least 280 millimeter. And then you have to have the case for it, and then there's the maintenance aspect of it. So I've always been kind of like,
well, I looked
eh,
at the box and it said, yes, we're going to abandon you to squalor,
mm,
unfortunately. No, when I saw the box, right, the CP, water cooler lasts for 5 years before you have to refill it.
right,
And in
which is
five,
pretty good.
and in
Yeah.
5 years, I already have a new PC with new parts and whatnot.
Mm,
You know, at least it's from now. Now I have a Intel processor from 2 years ago. So if I upgrade in five
mm,
years, there'll probably something fancier by then. And maybe I'll
probably.
have.
So I'm looking into the Helldivers thing, and they had a tweet like 2 days ago that said, yeah, they're going to be gifting the thing out for free, and it's going to be in 2 waves apparently. So
Mm,
maybe I'm just not in the second wave. I don't know.
maybe people actually played that week, got it first, and people have just logging in like after half a year, get it later.
Mm, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, when I first logged in, right? Because
Hmm.
I logged in a couple of days ago. I got like notifications for shit that happened like 3 months ago.
Yeah,
I got like a ton of free shit. So so I assume I'll get it eventually, but it's
yeah.
probably just
Anyway,
going
that
to be
was
taking time.
my
But anyway,
touching
yeah,
grass.
you're touching grass. So how about we touch some crunchy rolls? You like crunchy rolls? Do you
Ooh,
want to touch
you
some?
wanna do that still? All right, I
We
thought that.
might as well do it now. Get it out of the way, and then we
All
can
right.
quickly
So
move
number
on
two,
to
you
video
read all the
time.
things. I just heard it from
So,
you.
well, I got the article pulled up and I linked it to you as well, the archive of it, so you
Yeah,
can bring up the archive.
I
So
can't click this away.
basically,
So
so basically, a TLDR is this reporter from Bloomberg put out this little article about Sony's Crunchyroll finds its early lead in anime under attack, and it's interesting, um, because it kind of goes into like what happened after Sony / Funimation. Well, basically after Crunchyroll got acquired by Sony and then merged into Funimation, right? And there's some interesting little tidbits in here, right? So initially, employee support for management and its vision has tailored downward in recent months. Expensive forays into video games and e-commerce aren't going well, and the company's ambitious goals for new subscriber additions seem unlikely to be met. There's growth in casual anime viewers, but not in core anime fans. Gee, Ellie. Gee, I wonder why core anime fans are not using Crunchyroll. God, what?
Easier
Ugh.
options. So what is a core anime fan
Or
anyway?
Oh well, or maybe just because people don't fucking like Crunchyroll and haven't liked Crunchyroll's had a fucking PR problem for decades, right? Like it's always had a problem, right? And they've never really done anything to kind of fix that, right? So it's not surprising to me that they would have and the other problem is they're competing with Netflix and Amazon now, right? So that's a big problem. Crunchyroll decided to decline to make any of its executives available for the story, which is based on interviews with 18 current and former employees, all of whom asked not to be identified when discussing internal matters. In the email statement, Crunchyroll said its exclusive titles, theatrical releases, event, blah 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 blah. There's never been a more exciting time. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, so there's a bit of fluff in here.
Yeah, for the people who don't know what
this is the Crunchyroll fluff, like standard PR. Oh shit, there's about to be a fucking PR prune nuke, right? A PR prune nuke is about to hit. We better.
This is people don't know what anime is. This don't know that there is a streaming site called Crunchyroll and how it works.
Since its founding in 2006, blah blah. I'm looking for the juicy parts. Along the way, felt heard by their bosses. So basically, before the Funimation merger, right? Employees at Crunchyroll were joking about at least we don't work at Funimation,
and then they got bought.
Yeah. And that's interesting. So basically, like the culture at Crunchyroll pre-merger, according to these guys, sounded like it was, it was all right. It probably wasn't amazing, but it was all right. Tension between the camps arose almost immediately. In a Zoom meeting announcing the decision, Funimation workers accused Crunchyroll of being pirates, alluding to the site's history. According to two people who were present soon after, Funimation executives began replacing Crunchyroll leaders, including Chief Executive Officer Colin Decker and General Manager Joanne Wage. I don't know how to pronounce that. Two people, I don't know who the fuck they are. Current or former employee.
Joanna Wagen.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Current or former employees describe Crunchyroll's new management, primarily from Funimation, as out of touch with its employees and the anime fans the company once prioritized. Some executives write off anime as kids' cartoons. They said and resist hiring candidates who describe themselves as fans. Customers aren't too happy either. Some were furious when Crunchyroll announced that digital copies of anime they had purchased through Funimation wouldn't survive the transition to the new platform. And I remember that. I remember that being a big news story because it used to be on Funimation, I believe you could basically do the thing that I've always wanted them to do, which is like, you could just buy a digital copy of the show and have it forever. Right,
until it's not forever.
Yeah, that's the kicker there. It's not actually forever, right? So, unlike torrenting. Since the acquisition, the company has undergone at least 3 rounds of layoffs. Current employees said Crunchyroll's strategy is unclear, resulting in a climate of uncertainty and confusion. Just 39% of its workers surveyed recently said management has communicated a strategy that motivates them. According to internal poll data sent by Bloomberg, that was down from 51% in the previous poll. Another reorganization is planned for early 2025, according to 2 people who heard it coming. In response, Crunchyroll said its staff has grown by 27%, but won't clarify since when or whether the Funimation staff counted towards that increase. So basically, hey, we merged the company with another company. 27% more employees, baby! Yeah!
Game Pass, number 2, Game Pass, massive success. We gained millions.
Game Pass, mate! Look at the number! Look at it!
What we calling now, Xbox Gold is now called Game Pass.
We're
think about it.
We're shitting on Crunchyroll and Funimation. That's what we're doing.
Right
Reading an
now.
article about it. Yeah. So Crunchyroll's internal growth plan indicates includes an incentive called 25 by 25, meaning 25 million subscribers by the end of 2025. The goal the company has said in internal documents is to give a large enough base of subscribers to compete for new shows with more mainstream streaming services such as Netflix and Warner Brothers Max.
The thing is, of course, that that's just a fancy number they say here.
Well, that's literally what they say. The company isn't likely to meet that target, according to insiders who spoke to Bloomberg. The goal wasn't based on a rigorous analysis of the markets, but instead designed to project a big, catchy number, they said. The projections call for tripling subscribers in India and Southeast Asia, for example, yet the second half of 2024, fiscal 2024, only one of the 6 major markets that Crunchyroll targets was on pace to meet its goal.
Yeah,
according to data derived by Bloomberg, Latin America, baby! The Latinos coming in to save
the Dragon Balls, yeah. But,
the
just
Dragon Balls.
To do the quick speed run, even though they're big new markets, this market it's way cheaper and it's not profitable. Too low to be profitable.
Yeah. So I'm gonna skip a bit of this now because I see just India. Not only $1 a month in India, and it's still no one's buying it for $1 a month.
Netflix did JoJo. Suddenly it's elsewhere. Delicious, Dungeon Meshi.
Yeah.
Stolen.
I mean, Dandadan's on Netflix, so it's kind of.
Is it?
Yeah, that's where I've been watching it. I've been watching it on Netflix.
Ooh.
I've been watching Dandadan on Netflix because I get Netflix with my internet plan. So because I get it technically for free, I might as well use it, right? So
I have it technically for free because the family pays for it, and I'm just on the family
according
account.
to a survey this year, online gaming entertainment. So 76. Oh, this is interesting. So 76% of Gen Z anime fans watch shows on Netflix, compared to 58% on Crunchyroll. Oof. Not getting them Fortnite kitties. Not getting the Fortnite kitties. That's for sure. Argues that sharing shows with Netflix broadens the consumer interest in the market.
Well, this is nice actually. If the license fees for popular shows are going through the roof, I hope that the animators are getting paid more.
Oh yeah. According to anime, license fees, going through the roof. So Toho or TOHO and Toei, 2 big anime producers, were interested in licensing to competitors with more potential to reach general audiences. So there's an interesting thing going on here where both Toei and Toho are basically like, Crunchyroll.
Too small.
Too small PP. Small. We want big BP. Big penis.
Wait, I'm reading a little bit further, but I didn't know that Crunchyroll was behind stuff like gacha games and Princess Connect.
Yeah, that was something they broke into like a couple of years ago. And they had a massive problem with because what happened was they licensed Princess Connect Redive, right? They censored the shit out of it, and then they Pikachu faced when no one was fucking like playing and buying it, and then they had to drop it because they had to shut it down because no one was playing it, and it's like, well, yeah, no one's gonna fucking play it if it's censored, you dumb fucks. Like, what the fuck did you expect was gonna happen, right? Less than 5,000. Wow, that's actually kind of wild. I want to read this. This is interesting. So, over the past 2 years, 3 games have shut down, including one based on Princess Connect Redive. While the company has launched 4 others last month, all of the games except one brought in sales of less than $5,000 each on the iOS. And man, you think fucking GFL 1 is like poverty core with how much revenue it's bringing in, right? Fucking imagine having a gotcha game bringing in less than 5,000. That's not even like that's just only, all of the games except one brought in less than $5,000. That's fucking like, if I go to hang on.
No, that doesn't cover salaries at 5,000.
Yeah, no revenue chart. I want to know what the lowest one is on the chart. Like, how low? Like, because I know GFL 1 is pretty low, but it's fucking taking a while to.
But anyway, a slight big bosses thought merchandise would help, but Sony doesn't like loot stuff all that much. So the adult manga toys, I just think more figurines you should read in.
Yeah, that's it. So this is talking about the Right Stuff merger. Executives hope merchandising would help to maintain subscribers and boost revenue, which is why they pushed to do an acquisition of Right Stuff. But the business has sunk since the acquisition, according to Freeform employees. Among the reasons, Sony asked Crunchyroll to pull the raunchier adult manga and toys, which is so you've already killed off like 5% of your revenue, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right there, just by fucking doing that, right? So yeah, that's fucking.
Oh,
okay,
this is a good one. Get a marketer, Marcus Griedemann, vice president, made fun big shows but had no experience in anime. And then he brought in his colleagues that also didn't know anime and just sat in a room by themselves, apparently doing nothing.
Okay, so hang on. I found one from August, so I'm just going to use that, like a gotcha game, just a random gotcha game list from August. So the game that has the lowest, so Archery Gear shut down. And then the game that has the lowest revenue for that month was 10,000. So the Crunchyroll games are doing worse than other games on the chart that are like Girls Frontline 1 was like 60k in Japan at least. I think the global was 80k, so it actually made a profit. They actually made a profit on GFL 1. So they're at 60k, but GFL's also got other things like NeuroCloud and stuff supplementing, and GFL 2 just came out as well.
I'm seeing your funny thing, Naretsu. Blah 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 blah. So the guy that got hired to do marketing for a thing that he doesn't understand had the ship, the One Piece ship, float by, but it wasn't lit up, so nobody could see it.
So to kind of put this into comparison, right? So if those gotcha games are all pulling under $5,000, like Arknights, for example, pulled in 13,800,000, right? So 13,800,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and that was just in the month of August, right? So, so that kind of tells you like how bad that's fucking dire. That's fucking dire right there. But looping back because I got.
I'm seeing it. I'm reading further and I'm seeing more crazy stuff. Redeman sent an email not to promote Dandadan.
Yeah, I'm seeing that now too. All right, let me kind of loop back here for a sec, right? Let me loop because the right stuff, the right stuff is interesting. Over the summer, Crunchyroll laid off employees
Oh,
in the video
yeah, there.
games. Yeah, one concern among Crunchyroll's employees is licenses and marketing. Yeah, because there's been like an issue of like a lot of the licenses are starting to go. Well, you fucking suck, small PP, fuck off.
Mm,
In the past year, he's been confrontational with Toei and Toho, and being like, yeah, the representatives were underwhelmed that Crunchyroll's content for the anime One Piece held a concert. Yeah, didn't work out.
not like that.
Due to
Nobody could see
ongoing
it.
acquisition discussions, we've decided not to further lean on the promotion of Dan to Dan, which is crazy because that's been like the biggest hit of the fucking season, right? At least
Ooh.
two people who worked complaints about human resources. One of them alleging sexist behavior, and the other accusing him of creating a hostile work environment. Sony investigated the allegations of sexism, and the dude was cleared. 7 people speaking with Bloomberg said the dude has negatively impacted employee
Morale.
morale. Did not
Ooh.
respond to request to comment. Sony didn't comment on the allegations. Japanese manga publishers such as so and so are also unhappy with Crunchyroll's manga and merchandising rights. The company often makes and sells merchandise or collectibles such
Alright,
as
so
figures,
just
posters.
for note, right?
Yeah,
These are just all of them. This is all manga in existence right now
yeah,
in
yeah,
these three.
yeah,
There are more, of course,
yeah.
but they're the huge names here.
Reports from Crunchyroll detailing sales revenue. Yeah, and then also, meanwhile, Sony just announced its increased shake in Kadokawa.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, fucking PR nuke right there. That's that's a fucking oof, big oof. But the thing is, right, a lot of this is stuff that I feel like a lot of us have already kind of known, right?
Well,
Like it's
I
stuff that
kind
we,
of.
you know,
I do have to.
kind of.
I do have to admit, Mitsu, because I am a fervent watching of subs, please. I'm actually don't. I'm not that well connected to Crunchyroll.
Well, no, but like in terms of a lot of people's general like thoughts on Crunchyroll as a company, right? Like I think that a lot of people kind of already knew that Crunchyroll was shit even before the merger.
Mm-hmm.
So then the merger happens, it's obviously going to get more shit because you're merging like one type of shit with another type of shit, right? And so I don't think a lot of people are kind of surprised by any of these revelations, but I do think it is kind of crazy to get it reported on by like Bloomberg or whatever, right? And have it be a like major fucking publication type
Well,
thing.
I kind of think that I don't think that is that surprising. Crunchyroll is big business. Streaming is big business, so I'm not that surprised actually. They do bigger
Mm,
exposés, big articles on smaller things. Uh, even individual game studios. Big story
mm,
on Gorilla Games or whatnot.
mm.
That's way smaller than Crunchyroll. It's just is it a good story? Is it a fun story to write and to read?
Well, I think it's interesting stuff. It is interesting to kind of see behind the curtain and see that things are not going quite too well.
Yeah,
It
that's the
yeah,
fun of
yeah,
these articles in the
yeah.
end.
So completely changing gears completely.
Hmm.
Time for our short video, and before we because we've been here for half an hour already. It's supposed to be a short stream.
Yeah, but we can.
Nah, it's not meant to be a short stream. It's just we have a lot of like short stuff to cover, so it's kind of like we just have a lot of short things like this 5 minute fucking video from this guy that I found like 2 months ago. So Stellar Blade, you know about Stellar Blade,
I
don't you?
am when it is going to PC. I am considering getting it because I am. There are not many character action games out there, and this
No,
one
no.
looks decent enough.
And from what I've heard, it's pretty good. You know, I'm in the same boat. I'm waiting for the PC release. I might look at picking it up when it's on sale or whatever. But you know, it looks alright. It looks fine. I do think people kind of hyped it up a bit too much. I think that a lot of people kind of like because people are just fucking starved for a game with an attractive fucking female, right? Because people are just like we've had to deal with AAA games uglifying every single fucking female character because realism or something, right? I feel like people kind of latched on to Stellar Blade as like, oh, it's this bastion of sexiness in video games, right? And I feel like while that's fine and dandy, I do think it led to people kind of overhyping a little bit, just a little bit, right?
And
a little bit.
Yoko Taro, don't believe him. He'll say anything. If Yoko Taro says this is the best game ever, don't believe it. He's lying.
Well, I think part of the problem is too many people on both sides are stuck in the own the chuds mindset, as I like to call it, because you have the one side that's, I would say my side, quote unquote, or quotes, unquotes, that will be like, yeah, look, sexy video game character, fuck you, SJW, lefty, fucking yeah. But then you have the other side of it, which is the lefty dumb fucks that will be like, ha, look at this Chinese dev crying at the Game Awards because fuck you, chuds, you liked that game because it had an attractive woman in it, right? Fuck you, chuds, yeah, we owned you, chuds, look, he's crying, where? Right? So you get a bit of that from like both ends.
You mean that the
Oh yeah, it's a different situation, but it's the same thing.
From what I gather, right, the Wukong dev thought he would win, and he was not happy that he didn't.
No. So what happened was there was a chick at the Game Awards who looked behind her and saw the Wukong devs, and she thought that the Wukong director was crying when Astrobot won the award, and she was on like a live stream talking about how, oh, he was crying because he lost the award. But he won other awards. Why would he be crying about it? And all the leftists were kind of like mocking the guy, which is kind of weird because I would have thought the leftists would have been like, oh, men are allowed to show emotion over things, right? It's kind of fucking weird. But it turns out someone was sitting, like another person who was a journalist was sitting literally in the group with the Wukong devs and was like, bitch, what the fuck are you talking about? He wasn't fucking crying. What do you mean? You're making shit up. Literally fake news, Ellie. Mm-hmm. Literally fucking fake news. The guy wasn't crying. The guy did do an interview after the fact, and he talked about how he did have like a speech prepared for if he had won it, right?
Yeah.
Like 2 years ago, he had made a speech for it, and that he was like, a little bit disappointed, but he was like, no, it's fine.
All right.
It's not a big deal.
Kind of the extent,
he was, yeah.
That's what I heard.
Like he was like, yeah, no, it's, they were a lot of good contenders. He wasn't a sore loser about it, basically. Like he was like, because I think that, and this is going to get a little bit off topic, I feel like there's a problem with leftists and a lot of people these days where they don't view Chinese people as fucking humans for some fucking reason, right? And it's really weird to me because I get it, right? There's the memes about the CCP drones and bug people and all that kind of stuff. But
I never heard of bug people.
That's one of the, it's racist nonsense, right? But my thing, right, is I think that it's perfectly fucking reasonable for if you spent 6 years of your life working on something, right, and there's an award coming up for the thing that you spent 6 years on, and your thing is nominated for it. I think you have the right to get a little bit emotional, right?
No, but no, so the thing is, why I mentioned this, all I heard of the Wukong thing was that he was a little bit salty that he didn't win. That was the extent of it all.
Yeah, but the problem is he wasn't like actually salty about it. It was just spun that way because one of the problems was it was the interview was translated from Chinese and it wasn't accurate, and it made him come off more salty than he actually was apparently. Like he was, yeah. So this is what I mean, right? They've I don't know why like the Chinese devs are getting like treated like shit, right, by like the journalist class, because it was a journalist that spread the rumor in the first place, right? It was some journalist that was sitting in like the front row and the Wukong devs were sitting in the background. She like looked behind her and was like, oh, look, he's crying. So funny. It's so funny watching the man cry. Men tears, Ellie. It's so, oh yeah. right?
Nah.
So yeah, but looping back around, I think a lot of that comes from owning the chuds, right? Because Wukong was seen as like, oh, it's a chud game because the chuds like it, right? And then you have the thing with Stellar Blade where it's like, oh, Stellar Blade is, the chud. Look at the chuds hyping up Stellar Blade. It must be, bad or horrible or so and so and so and so, right? And I think you got to try not to get caught in that trap, right? Because if you get caught in that trap, it leads you to saying some dumb shit,
Like,
right?
what was it? Oh, Siri is ugly.
Attractive, yeah. The whole Siri stuff is a good example of that. Like, I don't think Siri looks ugly. I think she looks fine. I mean, I talked about it on the last stream. Like, I think she looks like an aged up Siri, right? Like maybe
Yeah,
5 years
there was
older, right?
some I don't know. I saw a little bit of they made The Witcher a female. Women
Yeah.
can't be Witchers, but they do
Yeah. There's
say
like law
yes,
stuff
women can be
around it.
Witchers actually. In
Well,
the
there's law stuff,
books.
but I don't know anything about the law stuff, so don't
No,
comment on
the
that. But I
lore
comment.
says it's a little bit harder for women to become Witchers because of the mutation stuff and all what. But there's nothing inherently stopping them besides it being a little bit harder. So
yeah, so again, looping back to it, right? It kind of comes back to what I'm saying, where I think a lot of this comes from like an own the chuds on either end mentality, where it's like, no, we have to unattractive women, we have to own them, Ellie, right? And I don't want to do like a centrist thing where it's like, oh, I'm on both sides, right? But I do think it is a behavior that I've seen from people on both ends, and I would like to caution people on that, right? To kind of be like, look, you should act rationally, okay? Act rationally and be calm. So let's look back to Stellar Blade, right? Because there was a lot of that going around with Stellar Blade, right? And this video, while I don't even fucking remember it because it was so long ago since I watched it, I don't think this video gets too deep into that, but I think
it's only 5 minutes after all.
Yeah, but I think that the title, right, Stellar Blade doesn't earn its sexiness, right? I think is a very interesting title, right? It's a very interesting kind of start point, right? How do you earn sexiness, Ellie? What do you have to do to be allowed to have tits and ass in your video game, right? You have to follow the unspoken rules or some shit, right?
Well, for all the for the memery that it is actually true. You do have to earn your setting most of the time, right? You have to make it sure that it isn't horribly jarring. And sometimes you can get away with massive contrast. That's how you do it. Sometimes you kind of have to have do some fantasy stuff and then have some powerful wizards in robes, and then all right, then this and that and that and this, and therefore the whole world, the whole setting works like that.
Right.
That's kind of how it is. And Nier kind of starts with big industrial, and through the big industrial world, through the destroyed world, there is these pretty women, pretty boys dressed in all black and kind of in semi-maids, butler kind of outfits, but they're doing big fighting. So it's kind of maids in industrial factories fighting with big swords and whatnot.
Right, because I think it depends on like what angle you're looking at it from. Because you're looking at it from like that contrast angle, whereas I'm like, a lot of the time when I hear people talk about this, they talk about it more from like a safe horny angle, where it's kind of like, oh, this is an acceptable way to be horny, right? It's okay for you to have sexy women in your video games. You just have to do it in this hyper specific way that's unoffensive, right? So I think there's two kind of camps to think about this. So it'll be interesting to see what camp our video man falls into, I guess. But before we get into that, it's been long overdue. But just come here. There we go. Nice hiss on that one. Kind of needed that after talking for half an hour.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's get into it.
Yeah.
So, after all the discourse over Stellar Blade's main protagonist, the game is finally here, and the disconnect between the character and her design is more absurd than what she's actually wearing. Best outfit ever
Oh
worn by a
no.
protagonist.
The skips.
Yeah. Oh no. off to a good start. 15 seconds in. Let's see. Let's see what happens.
Worn by a protagonist, Eve is oddly shy and withdrawn. She doesn't lean into the absurdity of her costume at all, and then that makes me wonder what the whole point of dressing her up like that was. To draw some comparison.
Okay, so I think I kind of get where this is going, right? There is this camp that thinks that you can. It is a safe horny camp argument, right? Where you're only allowed to be like sexually promiscuous or like sexually, fan servicey in your game if it's for the purposes of parody and satire, right? So Bayonetta, right, which is I assume what's on screen right now, right?
Yes.
That's fine because they use the sexy stuff as like a humor element, right? Where like you'll have like the kill move, you have the kill moves, like you'll have the kill, like it's shown as being over the top, right? It's over the top, hypersexual, but it's like that kind of as a joke, right?
It's kind of
In a
more.
sense.
What I'm hearing from him, right, is that
Her, we don't know.
whatever.
Whatever. They
unknown at this point, but
unknown, yeah, at this point, yeah.
So, but what I'm hearing is that protagonist from Stellar Blade. I don't. Eve is her name, I believe.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Eve. Eve is what Eve doesn't really fit with how she looks. That is a kind of that is valid enough. I have heard voices out of characters that completely doesn't match their look at all.
I guess, but
and
the way, like when the issue I have is they directly like talk about how they don't like reference the absurdity of the costume, right? For the first thing is you have to assume that it's absurd in the first place, right? You have to believe that the costume is absurd.
I can see where the absurd is. Combat scenarios and wearing that doesn't fit neatly together.
Well, that's only if you're thinking in terms of like realism, right? When Eve is, I believe, like some kind of android type thing, robot.
The thing is that
so it doesn't really matter what it's kind of like in GFL where you have like all these skins and stuff, and like there is actually logic behind it because T-dolls don't actually need to have armor because their bodies are already.
So, but
armored,
the question
right?
then is, who chose those outfits, and for what reason?
But here's the thing, I don't actually find that interesting, right? Because I don't really care, like, because this is going into an argument of, does she consent? Does the fictional character consent to having the outfit, Ellie? Does the because I'm like, no, I don't.
Do you know? Who
cares if she? No. Let me finish, right? Because who cares if she picked the outfit herself, or if the creators just were like, no, we want her to look like this. This is how we want her to look, right? And I don't really see why the problem is.
There is an interesting question in the world, right? Because why Yorha has the 2B and everybody else in that outfit is to be as pretty as they can be, to be a kind of a idolized version of humanity. Humanity at its prettiest, humanity at its strongest, and they wear.
And we're just assuming that that's not true in Stellar Blade, right?
I don't know what the reason is.
Assuming.
I don't know what the reason is.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Yeah, but that's what I mean. That's the problem I have is we have the running under the assumption of it's not allowed to because we don't know, right?
No, well,
whereas I'm like, no, I don't think it should matter.
If there is no reason given at all, That's a little bit odd to me, Naretsu.
Not really to me. I don't care. I don't think you need to justify sexy. I'm sorry. I don't think you should have to justify it.
Well,
And I think I've said this before in other casts, right? It's like I don't feel like creatives should be compelled to have to justify everything.
no,
right?
it's not about justifying the sexy, just justifying the outfit at all. If a character is wearing all white or all red,
Well,
that's
I don't know. Maybe
that's a design
fucking
choice.
anything.
That's a design choice somewhere. Why are they wearing all red? What does that mean? What does it tell about us, about the character or the world or the organization they are coming from? And if it's not answered, then it just keeps being a question. That's why.
Yeah, but I don't see that as necessarily a bad thing, and I don't see it as a justification for why Stellar Blade doesn't earn its sexiness, right? And again, like the way it was presented in the 30 seconds that we watched, it was presented as an argument of, well, Stellar Blade isn't being haha wacky funny with the fact that she's in this absurd outfit, right? Making a judgment statement about the outfit already, right? Saying that it's absurd, right?
Well, the outfits in Nier Automata are absurd for the situation they are fighting in.
Well, I mean, yeah, because she's got high heels or whatever, right?
Yes.
But again, that's the thing. That's the thing. That's why I don't care. Like, I'm like, whatever. Let her run around in the high heels. She's a fucking android. I don't give a fuck, right? Whatever.
Nah, I appreciate some lore world building.
I mean,
for the reasons.
Look, I'm not saying I don't appreciate the lore stuff. I'm just saying that when it's not there, I'm not gonna like cry a river over it. Right? I'm not gonna be like, oh, why is she in the high heels? I can't. I'm gonna have a brain aneurysm because I can't figure it out. Why is she in the high heels? And then you ask Yoko Taro himself, and he just says, "I like girls," right? And that's all the justification you need.
Yoko Taro had given his reason, and it's they want to be the perfect humans, and therefore they are going to be the prettiest and
it's also because he likes girls.
Naretsu, there's always what a creator wants and what it tells us can be different things.
He likes girls, Ali.
Yeah, but characters can lie.
Debate over.
Characters can lie on the reasons, and there's always some fault.
It's over.
Ritzy, why does your avatar have a mask?
I could get into that. Could get into that, but I'm not going to get into that.
It's not a random reason, and that's the point.
Yeah, but my problem is you can't fucking say, oh, there's no random reason for this, right? Therefore, fuck you, no sexy girls allowed, Ellie. That's the problem, and that's what people tend to do, and that's what I'm countering when I'm talking about the attitude being presented, because the attitude is the problem, Ellie. I want to stop the attitude of being dismissive about it, right? If you are interested in, why does Eve actually have that dress? That could be an interesting thing to examine in the story or whatever when it comes out, right? That could be an interesting thing to get into. Maybe there is a justification in there somewhere, right?
Or just a reason.
That could be cool. But the problem is, right, when you're talking to people such as Video Person here, usually, most of the time when they have this attitude of, the sexiness has to be earned. It can only exist when it's as a joke, right? It can only exist when it's in these hyper-specific caveats, right? It has to be justified X, Y, X, Y, Z, Y, V, Y, B, right? It always comes back down to, you're not allowed to do it.
All right, so he
right?
is not
unless you follow the rules.
He is not given his criteria yet.
Yeah, which is why I'm trying to move on, and you won't.
Well, you keep saying things what he's going to think.
I'm trying to explain to you why I'm objecting to your objection, right? Because I just don't because my stance is I don't think it has to be justified to exist, right? To exist, right? It can have a justification, and that's fine, right? It's not a problem. But if there is no justification, then I don't see why it should be just, dismissed and looked down on, and seen as a negative.
Well,
right?
so he hasn't
That's
said
where I'm
that,
coming from.
that he thinks it like.
Okay, and are
like
you
that.
saying that, Ellie? Are you saying that?
I'm going. There's something different. There is a difference between no. So you kind of say, if I'm saying why is she wearing that I'm hating on it, and that I'm saying it doesn't.
No,
it's not
I'm
allowed
just
to
asking
exist.
you the yes or no question so we can move on. Because if you say no, then I'll just move on. Because you're not. Because then we're not in an actual disagreement, and we could just end it and move on.
Well, I'm kind of struggling with that. It kind of feels like that. If I'm saying Eve looks so ridiculous fighting like that you are going to say, well, she's allowed to. But
Yeah,
that's not
she's
what
allowed
I'm.
to. Yeah.
But that's not my thing. If I'm saying I don't feel that, if I am the maker of this video, the creator of this video, and if I said her personality and her outfit and her combat scenarios don't match together, and the one thing out of there that doesn't match which is the one that's the old one out is the outfit, and I would say it is then change the outfit to be not as sexy, and then the whole thing would match. Then you would maybe come in from, no, you're removing the sexiness, how dare you.
Maybe. Probably would depend on how you present the argument, I guess, is probably part of the problem. Right?
Yes.
And maybe maybe I am jumping the gun, but it could because of fucking PTSD from having to argue with actual censorious people that hide their censorious intent within these kinds of arguments, right? So perhaps that is happening. I'm having a bit of a fucking, old man moment, right? Where I'm like, oh fuck. But because the issue is, all too often, when people do come in and they say, well, oh, it's absurd, or it's a mockery, or it's so and so, they are coming at it from a it shouldn't exist angle, right? And I think that's the attitude I want to come out of. So if you're saying, oh, it's ridiculous, it's whatever, but you're not actually having the dismissive attitude, then we don't have a problem. We don't have a disagreement. Because I'm like, all right,
I'm going to push a little bit further still on you and saying, just the dismissive attitude is still alright, right? So I can dismiss Eve's outfit as much as I want as being silly.
No,
and stupid.
you're being pro censorship, so fuck you.
Dismissive is censorship.
Okay. Now I'm just fucking with you. Now I'm just fucking.
Yeah. I'm pushing you. I'm pushing you.
But anyway, let's actually listen to the argument of the video.
Yeah.
And then we can comment on it.
Comparisons here. Bayonetta is a franchise and a character that sells herself on being as over-the-top ridiculous as Platinum can manage, with all kinds of gloriously stupid boss fights, weapons, and combos. And they needed something equally as outrageous. That's why Bayonetta's sexualization works. With Nier Automata, the game takes itself far more seriously, telling a deeply philosophical narrative about what's wrong and right, and that's reflected in the conflicting black and white color scheme of 2B. Why the sexualization works in Nier Automata comes from Yoko Taro's style of storytelling and atmosphere, where he contrasts these heavy narratives with silly moments, characters, and tones. So 2B's outfit ends up blending in with the world. She also comes across as a no-nonsense, get-it-done character. She doesn't seem the type to be self-conscious about what she wears. But Eve is...
Wait, can you pause right too? Because,
that sounds like cope to me.
yeah, I don't like maybe it's
like,
a language.
Okay.
It might be a language thing.
I'll let you go, but I just want to say, like, the reason that sounds like cope to me is it comes off as a whole lot of words to try and justify why it's sexy, right? Without, like, again, I guess it comes back to my, like, philosophical disagreement, where obviously I'm pro, like, I don't feel it needs to be justified, right? So when it's like, oh, they're jumping through all these hoops, right? When in my mind the answer is really fucking simple. It's just 2B's attractive. 2B's in an attractive outfit. That's fine. It doesn't need to be this big narrative thing about, oh, the conflicting story and environment and narrative and Yoko Taro's wackiness, and it fits. It all just works, right?
Yeah.
Ellie, it all just works, but there's no like they didn't actually like explain how it works, I guess, in a sense. It's just kind of like, oh, here's a whole bunch of words to just be like, it just works.
So,
Compared to Stellar Blade, that I guess apparently doesn't just work for some reason.
So,
right?
a couple of things, right? First off, hello 50, you missed like half of the video already because it's only 5 minutes.
Yeah, you missed like 30 minutes of us fucking around and shitting on Crunchyroll, and now we've started the actual
and being
videos.
extra poor this month, actually.
Yeah, and us debating and getting poking each other and being funny.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'll let you make.
I'm so poor. All my big money is going all the way down. Look at this graph going down. Big line.
He brings it up again.
I still had it open.
But anyway,
I still had it open.
But anyway, the point you were making.
The people for the chat, right? For 50, because the video was skipping a bit, but it was clear enough for me. He says that Bayonetta games are silly, and he repeats silly a lot.
Yeah.
It might be a language thing, words thing, but yes, Bayonetta is over the top, but there is a story there. There's a character there. You can see what she wears and what she does and what she.
Yeah, I've
talks.
played Bayonetta 1 at least. I haven't played Bayonetta 2, or the third one or whatever. But I played Bayonetta 1. And yeah, it is over the top. There's a lot of action, and it's over the top not just in the sexualization element. It's over the top in terms of all the fancy combat and the platinum games, right? And it's so that it's not that they're wrong. I just think that it's a weird kind of way to frame it, right? Like, oh, the sexiness is there because it's over the top, and they needed to add something else to make it even more over the top, right?
No, it's kind of an extra expression of herself, and it's
yeah, exactly. It's like. Yeah, I agree. It's an expression of her as a character,
and
right?
It fits in because her sexuality is as a stage show as her guns on feet deal. But to call it to go through it, calling it silly and whatnot, it's a little bit too dismissive for my taste of Bayonetta.
Yeah, my word, dismissive, right? Yeah,
because I hear you say it all the fucking time.
Well, you're feeling what I'm feeling, basically, right? That's the vibe I'm getting, right? Is the dismissive, like, oh, it has to be wacky and funny and whatever. And then when talking about the Nier Automata and the 2B stuff, right? Again, I don't necessarily think that they're wrong in the assessment. I think it's the framing that's the problem, right? Where it's like, yeah, I do think that Yoko Taro likes that kind of contrast, because you don't have to just look at Nier Automata. You could look at his other work, right? He's a big fan of that kind of contrasty type stuff, right?
So Kaine is, of course, the loudest and angriest woman that you ever meet, but she's also the most skimpily dressed there, one of all,
and has a dick apparently. So
yeah, big contrast all the way.
So he's into that, right? That's his design stuff. So again, it's not like I think that they're wrong. I just feel like the way it's being framed is like, okay, this works, but Stellar Blade for some reason doesn't.
Because from what I know, just from trailers and the little bit of gameplay I've spotted here and there, is that it is Nier Automata does big philosophy, big thinking, big emotions stuff, big drama. If Eve doesn't lean into the big philosophy drama stuff, and it isn't as flamboyant as Bayonetta is, then it is the middle ground, and I guess that's satisfies neither.
My thing is like, because I know. Because Shift Up, right, which is the developer of Stellar Blade, because they also do Nikkei, right? And you look at Nikkei, and Nikkei has like a vibe, right? It has a futurism type style to it, right? Where you have characters dressed in like these certain outfits that are definitely very like, kind of futury, right? And I think that Stellar Blade leans into that same kind of design philosophy a little bit, and how it kind of presents itself. So I would argue that just as much as Yoko Taro has his industrial, right, he likes to do those industrial type design work in Nier Automata, right, where you have like the factories and the ruined cities and the desert and the stuff like that, right? The carnival, right? I would argue that Stellar Blade very similarly probably has its own kind of, futuristic, apocalyptic type, that maybe this is the kind of clothes that the designers envision, like futuristic, type stuff could be wearing, right?
Yeah,
So,
I do want to quickly mention, you're reminding me, there is of course, in Nier Automata, everybody's androids all the way, all everywhere.
yeah, because humanity's fucked.
Yeah, humanity's gone. The androids on the ground all wear sensible combat gear.
Well, normal stuff, yeah.
Yeah, brownish, grayish outfits, padded armor plating, whatnot, body Kevlar, that kind of stuff. Well, everybody from Yoroha is this perfect little doll running around to do combat. So Nier Automata does both, kind of,
Yeah, a little bit.
Just for contrast reference.
Yeah, because Samu says in the chat, so sexiness doesn't work in Stellar Blade because it isn't over the top like Nier and Bayonetta. That's kind of my problem / vibe, right? That I have, and that's part big due to past experience where like there's this safe horny idea, like you're only allowed to have sexiness if it's done in like an over the top, to the point of absurdity kind of way, or you can't have it at all. Whereas I'm kind of like, no, I think a middle ground can exist. I think we
Yeah.
I think we can have, we're able to have, some, it's mildly sexy, right?
So Naruto, this might tie in a little bit. I've been playing Cyberpunk again.
I think you mentioned that in the voice before the stream.
Yeah, and I've started again. From the beginning again, and this time it was a female V that I'm playing, and I could have her run around naked because.
Because why not?
Clothing doesn't give armor; it's mostly from your augmentations that gives you armor. But it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like something my character would do, something my character would have. So I have, risque outfits, but I never really found an opportunity to wear them somewhere because I never
does. It probably doesn't help that like Cyberpunk is mostly first person, I'm pretty sure as well. So
well, no, maybe that would even discourage me further because I do have V is a character, her own character. I play V in a particular way, and neither of them work very well dressed as a prostitute. Now, if there was some prostitute missions or whatnot, then I would feel the setting and the scenario and the whatnot would fit her outfits that I would have for her. But now I have, because going back a little further, in the beginning V, I selected a corpo beginning. That means you have an office outfit.
Yeah.
And in the beginning I think, well, V is used to be corporate in, tight outfit, tight suits. So in the beginning I had V wearing an office suit most of the time. A little bit more casual, buttons loose, but office. Casual style office. Now I'm a little bit further into the game. I feel that my V has gone a little bit, grown more distant to the corporate life.
Gone rogue, basically.
So now I'm dressing her
gone native.
And now I'm dressing her in thicker leather, fancy, rougher pants, and all that stuff.
Street gear.
Street gear.
Shit. Yeah.
And that's my perception of what my character is, and that's. And it would be fun for my V to be more sexy, but I would feel there's a disconnect between her character, the world, and what she's wearing. And
Well, I mean, you could always like run a different character that's role play is more sexy. Of course,
yeah,
right?
I mean,
Like,
I could, you know,
like you're not limited, right? Is what I'm getting.
no.
It's kind of different when you're talking about a game like Cyberpunk, because in that you can run like any kind of character you sort of want, right?
I do feel
Combined with mod support and that kind of thing,
I
right?
do feel the Cyberpunk is a
yeah.
little bit limited in character because V is a character and you can't really change her.
kind of, but it's not to the same. What I'm getting at is it's not to the same extent that Stellar Blade is, because Eve is like, or Bayonetta, right, or whatever, right? Like they're all very different, right?
But maybe this is a good example of what I mean with outfit, character, setting. And I can't make my character more sexy without feeling it's losing connection with the other two, with her own character and with the setting that she's in. Although I could meaninglessly roleplay her being a prostitute on some street with a lot of sex shops. That would feel appropriate, but there's no gameplay benefit because there's no prostitution system or anything.
Yeah, that feels like something you'd have to mod in.
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
Anyway.
It's an interesting discussion, yeah. But anyhow, let's continue.
Eve is neither of these things. She isn't an overconfident, cocky seductress like Bayonetta, nor is she a direct go-getter like 2B. Instead, she's a doubtful...
Would you describe 2B as a go-getter? I don't know. I think, like, stoic. It's probably the better way to describe it.
Kind of.
Torture!
Well,
yeah.
She is secretly tortured all the time.
Yeah, Samu, there are prostitutes in Cyberpunk, but Ellie's talking about you as the player prostituting yourself.
Yes.
But anyway, back to the question.
Yeah, so 2B is tortured the entire game, so I think that's...
Well, I would describe, like, because I wouldn't just... Because 2B is very, like... Because she doesn't talk a lot, right? And she doesn't, like, actually communicate through dialogue a whole lot, right? She does react to things that are happening around her, but she's very stoic, is the way I would describe it, right? She's very quiet, very, this is based on my memory of playing Nier Automata like fucking years ago, of course. So
I have a little more context on it, because I say tortured because, she is killing 9S every single day of the week, because 9S keeps discovering the secret that humans are dead all this time.
Yeah,
and the whole reason of them serving humanity is pointless. And
the endless cycle of until you delete your save file. Yeah.
Yes. So 2B is constantly looking at 9S and saying, "Oh, 9S, I like you so much, I love you so much, but you're going to discover that humanity is dead for thousands of years, and I have to kill you again, and then you'll forget everything that you said to me and I said to you, and it was going to be so bad, but I can't show it."
But again, that's But the issue is basically there's a difference between that and, like, because we're talking about the personality in general, right? Like, how does she come across in the game? And I would argue she comes across not as a go-getter. Like, I don't think I'd call her a go-getter, right? Because when I think about a go-getter, I think about someone that's like, all right, let's fucking go. Let's do it. We can do it. Come on, guys, let's go.
Maybe
let's
go. 2B is very mission-focused to distract herself from the fact that she's going to kill 9S again in a week.
I don't know. Well, again, I don't. Again, that's the reason behind the personality, not the personality itself, Ellie. There's two different things. We're talking about.
That's you from an outside...
Job focused, yeah. Job focused is a good way to put it. 5-0 put it.
Mission focused, and if you call that go getter, then you're a little bit
I wouldn't
wrong.
call that go getter, because to me, go getter means something completely different than that. Maybe it's a language problem. Maybe it means something different in America. I
do hear of a British or Australian accent in here.
Yeah, it could be Australian, yeah, maybe. But anyway.
And Reserve, who doesn't really emote much at all. This is no doubt because Sony decided to skimp out on the casting budget and put a strict limit on the set.
Sony decided to skimp out on the casting budget, and what was... Hang on, I gotta go back, because I get to meet
Aaron Yeager.
I don't know who those are. Are those people I should know
Is
about?
it
Who are
voice
those
actors?
people?
The voice actor for Geralt / Aaron Yeager?
I don't know. But again, well, I think to start off with, it's not Sony. It's Shift Up. Shift Up is the developers, not Sony. They just had a exclusive, like a deal with Sony, right? But I really wish people would like fucking stop console war shit like that, where it's like, oh, the Stellar Blade is a Sony game because it's on the Sony console, Ellie. That means Sony developed it, right? Sony developed the game. It's the same problem we have with anime, right? Where like people focus too much on like, oh, this studio is doing this anime, and not like, oh, who's the director, who's the storyboard writer, who's the who are the people actually behind the actual games, right? Or the
Oh, you
actual
say that,
animes, right?
Naretsu, but the console war is raging on far harder than it has been in years, and it is
I
funny.
know, but I'm just saying, like, this is a this strikes me as someone who didn't really do their research, right? Because if you do your research, you find out no, Shift Up is the developers of Stellar Blade, and they're the developers of Nikkei, right? They have their own history, their own backstory, and I might even get to some of that later when I talk about the GFL news that happened today, because a big thing dropped like today or yesterday that I want to talk about, but I'll do it after we do anime stuff, the bakery girl stuff. But basically, like, like these are devs that have their own history, right? It's Korean side of things, not Chinese or Japanese, right? But they have their own history, and I think they deserve some credit, I think they deserve to get the credit, not Sony, right? Like, Sony doesn't deserve credit for Stellar Blade. They just, like, maybe funded part of it and got a licensing deal for it, right? Like, that's the extent of Sony's involvement in Stellar Blade. They didn't do anything else. Remember, just because someone dresses a certain way doesn't mean that they necessarily got to be a certain way too. That is very true. It's very true.
But it does tell something about their personality, and
sometimes,
and that's the thing. My personal problem with my V in my Cyberpunk in my setting.
All right, but anyway, small correction aside, let's continue.
And put a strict limit on the salary of the voice actors.
Wait, put a strict limit on the source. Source?
Are there sources? You have to check.
Let me check. Time to check. It's source check time. Thought-provoking video essay. Holy shit!
There is?
No, are we watching an AI video? Listen to this. So, this description is written by AI.
Oh.
In this thought-provoking video essay, we delve into the character of Eve from Stellar Blade and explore the concept of earning sexiness. Join us as we analyze Eve's portrayal in the game and challenge the notion that a character's attractiveness should be tied to their actions and accomplishments through a critical lens. We examine the complexities of character design and representation in gaming, sparking a conversation about beauty standards and agency in storytelling.
Yeah.
Tune in for a deep dive into the world of Eve and the fascinating dynamics at play in her character development. This description was written by AI. No links, no sources. The future is now, Ellie. We're covering AI videos.
I think it's still limited to the description only. I don't think that the script was still
probably not. But I mean, that is fucking funny though.
No sources,
fuck,
though.
man.
I didn't hear any sources.
Ellie, we're living in the cyberpunk.
I hate it already.
We're living in the cyberpunk right now. But yeah, no, getting back to it, I don't remember hearing anything about voice actors getting, like, it could just be a general comment on the VA industry, because I know VAs do get shafted a lot, right?
Yeah, so, and we only have this much money for this and that.
Yeah, but I don't know if there was any, like, Pacific Stellar Blade related news stories about it. I'd have to, like, go back and look. Again, no sources in the description, so can't verify, so Anyway, let's get going.
They purposefully limited themselves to the cheapest options available, which is the core reason why many JRPGs are branded with poor voice acting. And maybe I'd feel the same way about 2B and Bayonetta if the voice actresses that were hired to play them weren't incredibly performers. But ignoring the disappointing performance.
Okay, so my problem here is, what does that have to do with like the sexiness aspect of it?
The character setup stuff.
Maybe like are they saying the personality is like defined by the voice actors? Like what do they mean by this? Right, I'm kind of
Does help
confused.
though. Does
Yeah, I'm not saying it doesn't. I just think it's like it hasn't been tied into the point though, right? Like, because if the point is like, why doesn't Stellar Blade earn its sexiness? Well, the VA was shit because the VA was underpaid and they hired like the cheapest VA they could find on Fiverr or whatever, right? And again, I don't know. There's no sources. There's no backing up of the statement. Like, I don't know if they underpaid their VAs or brought cheap VAs or like any of that. Like, it seems really weird to make a statement like that and not verify it, right?
Yeah, I do need a source, or it must be so obvious, so known that everybody knows it, but we don't.
Yeah, well, I don't. We don't. So. But anyhow, let's keep going.
Ignoring the disappointing performance and only focusing on the character's writing, the physical design of Eve doesn't match up with her personality. This unsure of who she is girl clashes wildly with this empowering I don't care what you have to say about my outfit design. It's like eerie personality.
I find it interesting how like every time we've seen her, she's in like a different fucking outfit.
Yeah, I saw a little bit, and you get outfits rather quickly. So if you just
I've heard that. Yeah, and there's quite a lot of them too. Like you can pretty much
just wear the new outfit every time you get one. You skip for swapping outfits every 10 minutes.
Yeah, and I'm kind of like. None of the outfits I've seen so far like scream to me like, because I know there's like the skin suit one that's like she's basically naked, right? And that's like one of them. But again, that's like an optional outfit that you can wear. You choose the pixels on your screen, Ellie. You choose the pixels that show up on your screen. And that kind of like ties into your cyberpunk thing, right? Because like if there's an outfit that's the skin suit one for Eve, and you feel like, oh, she shouldn't be wearing that because she's shy and reserved. And then you look at like all the other outfits in Stellar Blade. Maybe there's one that kind of fits what you feel like she should be wearing more, right? And so you just pick that one, right? Like, because I mean, the one that's on screen right now doesn't look that bad. Like, her shoulders are showing, and it's definitely skin tight. But it's like, again, it's got that futuristic, combat type, sexy combat outfit look, right? Like, it doesn't scream to me like, oh, I don't give a fuck what I'm wearing. I'm like, maybe that's just the way that combat outfits were like designed in this world, right? Like, and again, we don't know, right? And this is why I'm like, the justifications are a bit like superfluous, I guess, if that's how you pronounce that.
I don't think so, because I didn't understand it.
Probably. Yeah, but anyway, have you got any comments on this?
No, I'm kind of covered it with my cyberpunk thing.
Yeah.
Basically, most of the things that we're saying right now. Right now, though, what she's wearing from this angle, at least from this view, her outfit isn't that outrageous.
Yeah, that's what I agree. That's what I say too. It looks fine. It's like was again. It's like it doesn't scream. I don't give a fuck about what I wear or whatever type outfit, right? Which is what the video person described it.
Yeah, I am. As, right? I don't think that he'll ever that this video will ever come to it, but it would be nice to have something like what Nier Automata did, kind of this is a standard uniform, right?
Well, I'm doing that right now. I'm just gonna type. I'm typing in Stellar Blade default outfit. And what is like? Can I get like a pitch? This is from Reddit. Okay, so the default outfit is basically what she's wearing now, but different colors.
Yeah, I thought so. But
Yeah,
what's the
so-
lore, Noretsu? Do you have the lore
I
on hand?
don't have the lore. I don't have the lore, Ali. But I have the yeah. There's a few. God, there's a lot of outfits. Holy shit.
Oh, well, all right. I'm going on
All outfits and
fandom.
stuff.
Please,
You're going on fandom.
please,
Lore, Stella.
praise me for my great sacrifice of.
No, you don't. You don't. You don't have to. You don't have to. But anyway, yeah, no. So it's pretty much what she's got on now. Maybe slightly different, but again, it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look fine. It looks fine. But anyway, let's continue.
Cheery personality in the body of Sonic's too cool for school design. It just doesn't mesh well, and it ends up creating a tonal disconnect with the character. But dressing Eve like this is no doubt. There has to be a deeper reason than I like big boobs. So what is it? Sony is.
Has to be a deeper reason than I like. She doesn't even have big boobs. She's got fine boobs. What are you talking about? Yeah, why? Samu's like, yeah, why? Exactly.
Is it?
Anyway.
Sony is publishing this game, and they must have asked Shift Up why she was designed like this.
Sony.
Why would
Sony's puff?
Why would Sony ask?
What do you found? Yeah, why would Sony ask? Why would Sony give a shit? Unless it's like, oh, you can't make her like be half naked because censorship or whatever, right? Why would you? Like, why would you? Like, you know, like, why? What does Sony have to do with this, right? Again, putting way too much credit to Sony, right? But
Also,
anyway.
I didn't find any lore on fandom.
It didn't think you would, yeah.
No.
I didn't think you would, yeah. But anyway, let's continue.
How well Sony has done with being progressive in their exclusives.
This isn't a Sony game.
How well Sony has done being progressive in their exclusives, Ali.
That's questionable.
So progressive.
That's questionable also because it's not like.
Yeah, progressive. Covering girls up is making them ugly is progressive, right? That's the. Fuck, I hate these people. I'm sorry.
I find it hard to believe they would accept such a shallow answer.
Why would
leading up to release?
Why would they again? Sony is a listen.
Sony cares about ratings.
Yeah. I was gonna say, right? Sony. Okay, this is a problem with everyone, right? Everyone has this fucking problem, but I'm gonna specifically call out the leftists because leftists shouldn't have this problem because they're leftists, right? Companies are not your friend, right? Sony is not your mate that you go drinking with on a Saturday night and you hang out at the bar and Sony man, I'll pay your tab, let's have a fucking fun time. Sony is not your friend, right? Sony is not like a progressive human entity, right? They are a fucking company filled with a shitload of people, right? They have a CEO, they have an HO, they have a right? Those are the people that are in charge and making decisions and whatnot, right? It's not a singular entity. And I think a lot of people get into this false idea of viewing companies as like singular entities, right? And it leads to them going, well, I mean, but Sony is like a progressive entity, and that means that they have to act like this. Why are they not acting like this, right? I think too many people kind of fall into that trap. What do you think, Ellie? Have you got comment on the trap?
In the sense of company entities, you can kind of predict what they are going to do because they are companies, because of their incentives and whatnot, and
right,
if their corporate is structured in this and that way, that means that this and that outcomes and decisions will come out of it.
Yeah, but I'm kind of, I guess, more talking about like the attitude of like Sony is a person, like treating Sony like Sony is a person, right? It just makes decisions independently.
That's
which is not true. Yeah, which is nonsense, right? And that's kind of what I'm getting from this. It's like, why would my mate Sony allow this sexy game on the right? I thought Sony was my progressive friend. Why would they do this?
No,
right?
the progressiveness comes, of course, from big wide market.
Yeah, market research. Incorrect market research, but like market. They're trying to market to a demographic that doesn't buy video games. Is basically what's happening, right? That's the problem. So it's again, it's not. Oh, Sony is filled with these progressive people, and I mean some of it is, but like kind of depends. It's complicated. Is basically the TLDR of it. It's not just one thing, right? And I feel like people kind of like to hone in on like singular problems when you should be looking at like the whole entirety of the problem, right? But anyhow, let's continue.
I just assumed that the whole game was going to be an over-the-top Bayonetta-styled character action game, so I thought that the gameplay would justify Eve's nonsensical
Hey,
outfit.
David.
But contrary to my belief, Stellar Blade is a Soulsborne rather than a combo juggler, though that's my fault for avoiding the trailers. But just by looking at her jumping around in space wearing such provocative clothing, you'd really expect the game to be more of a power fantasy rather than the tame scale we're presented with, though by the end the stakes are undoubtedly raised. So I suppose the combat and the character are relatively tame when we compare Stellar Blade to its inspirations. Then what's the justification for such crazy...
Yeah. See, 5.0 makes a good point, right? About them getting rid of the touchy minigame in Senran Kagura because of the Me Too movement. Yeah, again, it's a reaction to something that they think is going to cost them money, right? They think, oh, if we keep this inside the game, we're going to get Me Too'd, right? We're going to get PR nuked. Like Crunchyroll did earlier, right? We're gonna lose gazillion dollars or whatever, right?
So I have a small story narrative. Do you know of the little stitch, the pink not pink cross, the pink ribbon thing for cancer?
Yeah, I am familiar with those. There's a bunch of them. There's different ones for different types of cancers. There's
Yeah. So back in, I believe it would be called high school, years past, I was asked from a buddy who did a different, big school building, but different, education for different things, different vocational educations. I did one that was for for medical imaging, radiation and CTs and MRIs and whatnot, and he did business. And for his, graduation or your passing the year project thing, he had to start a small business kind of deal and have shareholders. And he thought, hey, do you want to buy a share from me? All right, for 20 euros, I bought a share. And they were going to, attach themselves to a charity, and, make some money, give some to charity, pass the year. Naretsu, disaster. The charity the charity they partnered with had a big PR problem.
Oh no!
So what they did is they switched charities.
Okay.
But unfortunately, Naretsu, there was another problem. The charity they picked, nobody knew, so everybody just thought it was a scam.
Jump from one problem right into another one.
My share became worthless, $0 from 20 to 0.
No.
Line goes down.
Oh no!
More sad for them, they didn't pass the year. They failed the year. But yeah, that's a lesson in quickly changing when to avoid PR problems. Sometimes you just miss out entirely.
Yeah. So yeah. Companies they're trying to avoid that kind of shit, right? Trying to avoid that nonsense, and that leads them to making dumbass decisions. It's kind of the way. But anyway, we're almost done. We only got like 2 minutes left. So let's see how they cap this off.
Such crazy clothing, especially when it's in such stark contrast.
Well, I mean, this girl here, short girl, right? That doesn't look too bad. I mean, yeah, her sides are exposed, but it's
I don't
fine.
think she's a combatant anyway.
No, she's like a mechanic or something. I don't know exactly, but like she's something like that. And then Eve is also like not too bad. I mean, the guy is dressed up like you'd expect a guy to be dressed up.
Yeah.
It's generic, but it's like whatever. It doesn't matter. It's like fine.
As to how most male characters only have their head uncovered, I probably should have led with this, but I don't animated media as long as it's done with the fiction.
Oh yeah, here it comes. They always say this. They always say it, Elliot. Say, oh yeah, I don't have a problem with it.
It is
I don't have a
true,
problem
though.
with it, but. Oh, sorry, I'll let you go.
It is kind of true that the man when I mean in Nier Automata there was some equality in that sense. The boys were
you see, I don't have a problem with the equality, right? If you want to have your sexy buff men, right? That doesn't, I'm not so insecure about my sexuality that seeing a dude's fucking giant pecs and abs makes me fucking freak out, right? like if you want to have your hot man dudes and your sexy femme boys, right? Whatever, or your feminine men, because the different styles of sexy men, right? Like whatever, who cares, right? I'm not gonna do I'm all for sexy men in video games, but right?
Oh no.
But which is what I'm expecting to happen here. Because the person in the video, I assume, whatever, is going, I'm all for, having sexy women in video games, but so let's see what the but is.
As long as it's done with the fictional.
Oh, not a but. As long as we got a new one. Oh, okay. All right, anyway, let's see what they have to say.
Characters consent.
Oh yeah, the characters consent. The fictional characters have to consent, Ellie. When the Stellar Blade devs were making Stellar Blade, right? They have to go to all the fictional characters and give them like a consent contract, right? And they gotta get the fictional characters to type out to write their name and then do a little blood sigil. They have to prick the thumb and do a little blood sigil so that they can confirm that yes, these fictional characters do in fact consent to being in these outfits, right?
Yeah.
Fucking ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous nonsense. I'm sorry, it's fucking dumb.
You're going to say something more because just consent
let's find out.
Is super silly.
Let's find out, and then I'm gonna have a rant about this.
I've watched way too much anime to be able to think any other way about it.
All right, hang on. Let's get the whole quote there.
Hopefully it doesn't skip around too much on my end.
Oh, is it doing that again?
Yeah, not too bad, unfortunately, but
we might have next year. We might look at a different solution for this. We might have to find a different way to do videos. But anyway, let's continue.
In animated media, as long as it's done with the fictional character's consent. I've watched way too much anime to be able to think any other way about it. The difference with Stellar Blade is...
What does that even mean? What the fuck does that mean? Because she's like, as long as the characters consent, I've watched too much anime to think any other way about it. Like, what the fuck does that mean? You watched too much anime to think any other way about it.
At least the video isn't made by AI, because, or maybe...
I mean... look down at the comments, they clarify it. Okay, well, let's finish the video and then we'll look at comments, because we've got a minute left, right? But I want to have a bit of a rant about, like, the consent argument in general, because Okay.
No.
We'll look at it. We'll look at
continue. I'm just
you're setting it up. We'll set it up for when we finish. Okay.
Yes.
So, my problem with this. Okay, the consent thing is fucking retarded, right? Because these characters are not fucking real to start with, right? I know it sounds obvious, but like a lot of people seem to not understand this, right? They don't have sentience or agency. They are literally puppets of the creator's, mechanisms, right? The little strings coming off the fingers and the puppets being made to move, and when you control Eve in the video game, right? You don't get her fucking consent to make her move with the joystick, do you? Right? No, you just do it, right? Because she's a fucking marionette on the screen, right? That you are controlling, right? There is no fucking consent involved because fictional characters are incapable of fucking consenting to anything because they're not real, right? I don't know where this fucking dumbass nonsense fucking came from, right? Because it's like, to me, it seems fucking ludicrous to think that a fictional character has the capacity to fucking consent, right? to anything, right? If I draw something on a piece of paper, does that drawing have like consent? Can it consent that, oh no, please don't continue to draw me in the sexy pose. I don't want to be drawn like this, Ellie. It can't voice to me the fact that it doesn't consent to what I'm doing to it, right? Or draw how I'm drawing it, or what I'm drawing it in the situation that it's in, right? You cannot fucking get consent from things that aren't real.
Alright,
but people do.
I've prepared the video in another tab, so we can switch over to it when we're done.
What do you? Okay, so what do you think about the consent argument? Because I've had my rant.
Consent. I'm going to hear between the words, and what I'm hearing is it's not. It's way more about the setting, the character, and the outfit, and when it doesn't match together, something happens.
But that's not consent, though. That's the problem. It has nothing to do with consent.
It does feel like that somebody else did this to her, rather than it's a choice of her own. Character-wise,
well, yeah, because she's a fictional character.
No, even in a fictional sense in the world, if this outfit wasn't something that she would wear herself, somebody else made her wear this.
Well, we don't know. Again, we don't. Well, actually, we do, because the player decides what she wears. So she doesn't get to consent to what she wears. Again, this is the problem. This is why I'm ranting about it, because it's fucking ridiculous, right? Again, she's a marionette in a video game. She's not a real person. She doesn't have real feelings.
You get what I mean, Aretsu. Besides,
no, I do kind of get what you're trying to say, and I get that you're trying to do like this devil's advocate thing for it, but it doesn't work.
Well, you asked for one.
No, I didn't ask for one. I asked for what your actual opinion was, not a devil's advocate of it. Because to me it's ridiculous. You know, like you can't fucking get consent from something that doesn't exist.
Yeah,
right?
because
it's impossible. It's physically impossible to do that.
Therefore, I'm going for the most logical reason why you're using consent. It's the doesn't
use a different fucking word.
Yes.
Use a better word is my answer to that. Like use a different argument, because the consent argument just doesn't work. All right, David's going to have a crack at it. He's going to have a crack at the devil's advocate in the chat. So if I could play devil's advocate, maybe they want the scenario includes a part where those make-believe characters speak out loud their consent for whatever reason. Yeah, it's
what
silly.
I'm kind of saying, right? Or what is kind of the case in the Nier Automata or the Bayonetta, because Bayonetta clearly consented to wearing what she wears. The Yorha units in Nier Automata don't necessarily consent it as much, but they do wear it and they chose not to tear it off themselves.
But again, when you're talking about like fictional characters in a fictional setting, it gets really fucking muddy, because like you can't mind read. Again, you can't mind read something that doesn't exist. You can't. Sorry, it's really hard to get over that, right? Like this idea of like fictional characters have agency. Like they only have the agency that the creator / author gives them, right? Like at the end of the day, right, Bayonetta dresses the way that she dresses because the authors wrote her to be that way, right? She was made from the ground up, designed in the room with the girl that designed her, writing this, doing the drafts, right, and the stuff, right? It's like manufactured consent. I know that's like a leftist term that they like to use a lot, right? The consent has been manufactured by the creators, right?
I have seen
it's not real. It's not real consent, right? It's manufactured.
I've seen enough Sovereign Citizens video to know that it's not.
Did you watch Windigoon? Windigoon put out a Sovereign Citizen video. I was going to link it to you because I thought you'd like it, because he goes through like the history of Sovereign Citizens and where the ideas come from. It's very interesting.
It started with some racist slave.
Yeah.
stuff.
It starts with like these racists, and then like there's a big shootout, and some cops get killed, and then like, yeah, it's a good video. I'd recommend watching it.
I haven't read. That video isn't in my algorithm recommending.
Yeah,
things.
I'd have to link it to you later because it's really good. But anyway, getting back to the video, yeah, I think we've kind of like hammered. I think we've hammered the consent argument into the ground now. So yeah.
I interpreted the ones to watch media in which the universe or the sexual characters are completely sexual, so the character wears this outfit and feel comfortable in it. Like Bayonetta is fine. Well, Nier Automata was also fine, and they don't necessarily choose.
But
those
for some reason,
outfits.
but for some undefined reason, Stellar Blade is not fine. Right, is the problem? It's like an
because all
like
the contrast stuff.
It's like Thing Korea, right? Right? Thing Japan, Thing Korea, right? I think there has been like an in general, there's like this fetishization of consent that's been happening. Maybe that's a discussion for another time, because I've noticed that a lot in like porn related, or in hentai related stuff from the West, right? There's this like really weird like fixation on everything having to be consensual, right? And I'm not sure what the fuck's going on there, because to me, like, again, when we're dealing with like fiction, consent is irrelevant. It doesn't matter. There's no like, I don't have a necessity to have consent, enthusiastic consent. Yeah, Samu kind of knows what I'm talking about. There's this weird thing going on. That's why these people never become a decent writer. They need everything to be told when a good story is show, not tell. Yeah, David's got a good.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're almost done.
I have to say that you can sometimes just tell. It is not a universal rule.
But anyway, let's let's
the last 30 seconds or something.
About 2 minutes.
Oh,
like 410 out of 557s, because it's about 6 minutes.
How many more arguments is he going to give?
Yeah, how many more arguments can we fit in?
No,
Short stream, by the way. But anyway.
How many arguments is he going to give that are just not just the same?
Yeah. Well, we're talking about tone now, so let's
wait 1 second. Is it?
Then you...
Oh, is it not working?
Yeah, it wasn't working for a second, I believe. But
all right, there we go. Right, let's play.
The anime isn't all that serious, and it plays into the colorful, crazy character design, silly story. Nier Automata goes in the complete opposite direction and tells a super serious but convoluted story. The contrast between the serious tone and the silly character design creates a unique atmosphere for the game that Yoko Taro has made his own. Stellar Blade isn't anywhere near as severe or silly enough to have a credible reason for dressing its female characters like this. There's
again, why does it need to be silly? Why can't you have something serious that has sexy characters?
No, he's saying that Nier Automata is that thing.
Yeah, but again, why? Again, then they loop back to Stellar Blade and they say, well, Stellar Blade isn't goofy enough.
Because it's not as... Stellar Blade needs to pick. It needs to be sillier or more serious, and it's...
Yeah, which is... But I don't see that as a thing, right? I don't get why it has to, right? Why can't you just be middle of the road in that? Like, why does it have to, like... Yeah, I find it... I haven't been compelled by the argument, basically.
There's not even a loose justification like Kojima came up with for Quiet in Metal Gear Solid 5. It also does...
Oh yeah, and that went down real fucking well with you people, didn't it? You fucking prudish people, right? That went down real fucking well when Kojima was like, "Yeah, you will be shamed of your sins and deeds or whatever."
Your words and deeds.
Tweeted that out. Your words and deeds. Yeah, you'll be shamed by your words and deeds when the game comes out, and then it comes out, and it's like the justification is she breathes through his skin or something, which was, I mean, like, that's fine. I didn't really care, but it's like, yeah, it's fine justification, I guess. But people didn't take it, and they, like, even to this day, there are people that are like still fucking mad about that. Like, he's on Twitter, there's people that still get fucking mad about it.
Silly reason in a sense, but I don't.
But who cares? Like, Ellie, have you fucking played a Metal Gear game? Have you seen some of the silly shit that happens in fucking Metal Gear games?
No, because I haven't played them.
Exactly, but there's some silly... Kojima wanted to have a fucking boss fight in Snake Eater that lasted a literal fucking week. All right, like we're talking about a crazy dude here. Okay.
Yeah. Let's go on with the
Kojima
video.
likes his wacky shit. Yeah.
It doesn't help that the game never acknowledges or brings up why the girls are dressed like this. Hell, even if they
Yeah. Why? What? Everything has to be justified. Everything needs a justification. It's like, no, not really.
purposefully scene with Eve, like a bath or some poorly written conversation with Adam about her chest, then I could at least understand what kind of game Stellar Blade is trying. And there's nothing wrong with having blatantly over-sexualized pieces of media, as long as all parties involved are consenting and being paid exceptionally well. But
Oh yeah, Ellie, we're gonna pay the fictional character. So look, I hope Eve got paid a good salary for being in the game. Oh my fucking god!
He's confusing me. It's an
It's so fucking dumb.
We're gonna have to read the comments and the replies.
We're gonna have to read that comment, yeah, because I gotta know what the fuck they say now.
But Stellar Blade never tries to be that, nor is it an overly serious and compelling story. It's just a game where the girls are inexplicably wearing ridiculous outfits.
Okay, so this is like the default outfit. That's not. That's like Eva fucking plug suit levels, right? Like that's not ridiculous, right? It's like a plug suit to me.
Yeah.
You know, that's not ridiculous at all. Like, yeah, okay, like you can make the argument that some of the other costumes might be more ridiculous, right? But again, those are optional costumes. It's like because 2B has optional costumes, doesn't she? You can change the costume of 2B. I think,
you can only really change the at least.
I know. There's like the suicide thing where if you blow up, you can like take the skirt off and she's in the like leotard, right? Like,
Yeah,
I know that's
but,
one, but
that's not really. I didn't count it for a second as another outfit. You can only, at least in the original PC release, you could dress her up as Kanye.
Right.
I believe in the Switch version and maybe a later version or other stuff as well, you can put her in more of a Japanese styled kimono kind of deal.
Or something, yeah. But like, again, it's like just because, like, yeah, again, you choose the pixels that are on your screen, right? You decide what she is wearing, right? And personally, I don't find this default outfit to be all that out there, right? It's not, horribly fucking like sexualized in my opinion. It's pretty standard plug suit.
Yeah, but
right?
he already this argument was already given.
Yeah, exactly. So we're almost there.
And no one's up why. While Stellar Blade doesn't earn the.
Oh look, there's the skin suit. There you go. See, there you go. There's the optional skin suit that you choose to put her in, right? That I believe also makes the game harder because it disables your shields or something. I'm pretty sure. Like it's like a challenge thing, which is kind of cool. But anyway,
yeah.
Character design of Eve that has become the game's main selling point. It's still a well-made action game with intense combat. While I know the
oh wow, that's an interesting video. Siri can't be which falls.
So should we check it out? Also, it's only 5 minutes. It would make the stream 40 hours.
No, because we got other shit to do today. But anyway, let's comment. Let me have a look.
Let me just.
Okay. So I believe it's the pinned comment, right? So okay, based on the comments,
let me get rid of Kojima real quick.
Yeah, Kojima. Well, yeah, will you continue to play this role in the future? No. You might have to zoom in on the browser.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, because I think you can do that, yeah. I'll let you.
Although...
Oh god, that GFL video. That fucking cursed ass GFL video.
Alright, first point.
Okay, so... Alright, I'll read it. So... Okay, based on the comments, I think I should include context on my stance on sexualization. 1. I am totally fine with characters being hypersexualized as long as the fictional character is giving consent within the scene and they are not a child. I don't... again, weird how I don't think Eve needs to wear more clothes. What that would be robbing the game of its unique identity as a sexy power fantasy. So let's read again. The point of the video is that Stellar Blade isn't sexy enough to justify why Eve is wearing the outfits. The game presents itself as a serious, straight-faced, yet dresses Eve up all sexy and clashes with the seriousness of the game it ends up detracting from it. If the game was more silly or quirky, or Eve was presented as a more fun-loving and confident character, it wouldn't need to explain why it dresses her up like that, as the light-hearted tone would match the sexy suit. Again, this goes back to what I'm saying. Like, there's no need. Shouldn't have to justify itself. But anyway, by being serious and never bringing up the outfits, it creates a tonal clash, and the sexiness doesn't fit and stands out, which ends up taking me out of the seriousness of the story it's trying to tell. I wanted the game to be way more provocative than it actually was and lean into the self-awareness of the design. To prove once and for all that I'm not anti-sexiness in gaming, here's today's video on Stellar Blade. And then they link another video. The other video is Stellar Blade's skin suit is difficulty design genius. So they're just talking about what I was talking about. The suit,
Great
right?
idea. Blah blah blah. You can this one.
Oh, here we go. So you comment. We won't read all the comments, but some of these might be fun to read. So some guy says, right, what an insane take. This is like the opposite of the bench shell test. Media can only feature sexy women if they are basically dumb bimbo blondies who aren't taken seriously in non-serious settings. The fact that Eve's sexy outfits ultimately amount to much ado. I don't know what they're trying to say. That seems kind of
about nothing. That nobody
ado about
cares.
nothing within the no one cares about the game's strength. Eve is able to be sexually without it defining her or consuming her character's identity, and without the characters ridiculing her. Reducing her to it. Not one single character in the game so much as comments on her appearance, because Eve's role in the universe isn't about that. It's a strong message that women can be taken seriously, respected, and be admired for their accomplishments more than her body, no matter how she presents or dresses. Women should not have to apologize or cover up their bodies to be taken seriously. The fact that you think it would be permissible for Eve to be dressed sexually as long as Adam makes a rude comment about her chest says more about you, how you view women, than anything else. Frankly, this is no different than Kratos walking around bare-chested with nothing more than a loincloth for 2 whole games. No one comments on it either. The games are not silly or light-hearted. Did Kratos earn its sexiness? This idea that only ugly women wearing the equivalent of the assigned clothes from the great whatever can accomplish something. So basically, and then this person responds with that's not what I'm saying. Of course, you can have women in sexy and serious media. I'm so sorry that it came across as sexist. Please, master, please don't cancel me, please. If it was one scene that was a sexy moment, that's fine, but the sexiness is ever present due to the outfit that you chose to put on here. There isn't a single non-sexy scene with Eve in it, so it sticks out like a sore thumb when the game is trying to have a serious moment. The Kratos thing is a very good point. It is a revealing outfit. I suppose the difference is that God of War doesn't draw attention to it. Well, I mean, Stellar Blade doesn't draw attention to it either. You're the one drawing attention to it.
I just celebrate put it on full 16s, one goes or not, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Celebrate posted on through cutscenes, etc. etc.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's anyone that like comments about the consent argument, because I want someone to call them out on that. Sexiness doesn't
Meer antwoorden weergeven.
I didn't delete anyone's comment as being filtered because it included a slur. Oh, that's great.
That's it.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Someone's like, fictional characters consent. What do you mean to say by this? Eve herself or the person who modeled her? Eve herself. If there is a sexy scene from the perspective of a pervert spying on the character, or a scene where the character is presented into wearing something revealing by another, pressured into wearing something revealing or sexual assault. That's disgusting. But that doesn't happen in the. Well, what the fuck? What the fuck do you like? Again,
Yeah, I'm
well, I
looking
would
for
agree
more...
if you put the scene from Defy sexy in a world where you can see a woman's skeleton robot frame. Eve didn't. The consent argument is very silly.
I'm just pressed on... Alright. Blah, blah.
Yeah,
I
but
see
anyway, I think we've kind of exhausted that enough. I reckon we've done enough on that. So yeah, that was that felt like an AI generated video.
I don't feel it really as a AI.
I don't think it
generated.
is, but it felt like it. It felt like it. That's for sure. Like it was very it's
All right. It doesn't really didn't really help me in the end. These comments, not that much.
No, but it's like I just think that the consent argument's nonsense.
This good stream is live. I wonder what it's all about.
Oh, I wonder what that's about. Yeah,
Hey.
shit. Maybe we should watch that stream instead of this video. But yeah, here we go. Oh, no, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't. No.
Hey,
Ellie!
I have muted. Don't worry. No echoes.
You're gonna create a black hole. It's gonna. You're gonna create a black hole. We're gonna get sucked into the infinite universes, the infinite multiverses. Ellie, no.
And see, now you can make an echo that will cross.
It'll cross dimensions. Yeah, all the dimensions. God. But anyway, I think we're done. I think we're done with that.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to.
This is just having a bit of fun.
Yeah, I'm probably going to go grab a drink, and then I reckon, because I don't really have anything else to say about the video, really.
Then we go on to very
unceremonious... Dan,
to
Dan, and then quick anime. Oh, you already have
that's a kind of,
season.
Spoilers for what we're going to do next. Ooh.
Yeah. All right, I'll be back in a sec.
Oh, sorry. I was very rudely reading Discord channels that you do not know nothing about. So yeah, just waiting on Naruto. Like we said, we're going to do a little bit of down the dance, and then we're going to talk about the next, or first a very small review of the previous season. Then a preview of the next season, like we always do. And to spoil it before Naretsu can interrupt me, we're going to do a little break for at least a week. So,
Doon-da-doon. Watch the Doon-da-doons. The Doon-da-doons. Doon-da-dan-da-doon-da-doons.
Alright, Naretsu, getting into the mood. Anime review time. Naretsu, the theming of bodies and sexuality and perceptions thereof is strong again this week.
Very strong. Yes, very strong. Because we open with the conclusion to our anatomical mannequin arc, I guess we could call it.
The 2-chapter arc, I guess.
The 2-chapter arc of female mannequin is going to stay at the shrine, and male mannequin is going to run over and see her
and go
every now and then.
Go on the train and whatnot,
and then scare the living shit out of everyone. Yeah, it was quite funny.
But Naretsu, the mannequin was not really important that much. It was all about Okarun's personal revelation, personal realization.
He's got to man up. He's got to man up
because he sees that Gigi has no problems with having fun with Momo, getting her to laugh and whatnot, doing stuff, being proactive with engaging with her, interacting with her. And Naretsu a feeling that's familiar to all. Oh, why am I not doing the thing? I need to do the thing, but why am I not doing the thing?
Yeah,
I'm just going to sit here
yeah.
thinking about doing the thing while I'm not doing the thing.
You could say that he has to Dan to Dan. He has to. He has to.
Do the doon.
Dune to Dune, yeah. Yeah, big insecurities, big. Ooh, I need to do thing. Need to get Momo. Rival has arrived.
Yes.
I have to deal with
And
rival.
it is a fun thing, a little bit of kind of a humanizing. There are no real antagonists in this series, at least thus
At least
far.
not yet. At
Like
least
from
not yet.
hey,
Yeah.
I'm having fun talking about my weird occult stuff with him. Oh no, why isn't he an asshole, a mean prick that I can just hate?
He's just a nice guy. He's just, he's a cool dude.
But
He's being
why?
a
I want to have him as
cool
my
man.
enemy so I can be angry at
So I
him.
can crush him and destroy him.
Well, I guess you just be angry at him, but if you can't
Yeah,
be angry at him, makes things
yeah.
harder.
Big. Oh no, big. Oh no. Yes, because they're taking the train trip to go to the house. They have to exercise from
Yeah.
the bad things, and they're on the train and they're having a good time. They're having a laugh. Having a fun time. And he's just he's a nice man. He's a nice guy.
However,
Just a
Naretsu,
cool guy.
he's harboring some secrets himself.
Ooh, yes, there's some darkness in the man. Dark.
Because
Ooh,
maybe the
ooh,
house
oh
is
no.
cursed. It is.
Mm,
However,
mm.
he might be more cursed than the house is.
Yee. Yes, he might. He might indeed be very, very big curse time. Very big curse time. So yeah, so they get to the village, and the village is also given some pretty weird vibes. You got
Yeah.
grandma with a shotgun. Grandma's got a shotgun
They're all
out the front of the store.
big hats,
Yes.
gray. They almost look like the aliens, actually. They might be aliens.
Yeah,
secretly.
they got some weird looking. I mean, they look like a lot of old people. Looking a bit old, and kind of
Yeah,
a little bit.
Have fun in the bath, David. Don't get jumped by 4 men trying to pin you down.
Well, we'll get we'll get to that in a second. So pretty much, they get to the house, and Momo is assessing the house, and she goes,
Nothing here.
"Well, nothing here. Doesn't feel weird. All the other psychics said something was weird. That's kind of fun. That's kind of odd. Maybe the thing is hiding because Momo is actually a psychic or something. And it's
maybe because maybe the spirit is so weak I can't even feel it. I'm going to crush it in one day. Just look.
Yes.
See.
Yes. And so I'm gonna go to the hot tub, the hot spring time.
Because
relax
why not?
time.
They're here.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Why not? And so she goes off and leaves Ocarina and our new
GG.
rival man, Gigi alone, and they start playing the soccers, and they get into a bit of a scroop. Get into a little bit of a scroop because they're like, oh no, I like Momo. No, I like Momo. No, I like Momo.
I kissed, kind of. I'm not going to say it, but I have something over your.
Yeah, exactly. So, basically, while that's happening, Momo is in the hot spring, but, oh no, the men show up because it's a co-ed bath. It's a co-ed bath, Ellie. It's a big, big co-ed bath. And I do. So there was a meme. I think someone on Twitter made a meme that was the 4 guys showing up. And they put the fucking got that fucking music in the fucking meme. I have to go track it down. I was seeing it all over my feed a while ago. But I have to go see if I can find it because it was fucking great. People were getting mad about it on Twitter because of course they were, because it's like, oh, the rapist men being shown as being like Giga Chads or whatever. But yeah, they show up and they get in the bath with Momo, and it's very awkward because Momo wants to get out because she's getting a little dizzy. And yeah,
And kind of
here we go.
cornered, actually, just straight up cornered.
Oh yeah, here we go. I have found the Mei. I've found it. Here we go.
Oh no.
Let me put that in the chat for you. I don't know if you can bring it up with sound. It's on Twitter. There you go. Once it downloads, I think if you yeah, you can actually you could open the video in a new tab, because when the Twitter bot turns it into a video, you can
Now, if I
do
just
it that
copy
way.
link, then do the thing, go into this, that.
Yeah,
I wonder,
big
make
high tech stuff on the show today. There's also a looped 2-minute version, but I don't think we need that. We'll just do the short one. Because it was quite funny. You see these like four or five? I can't remember. It's like a bunch of these.
It doesn't
fucking
work.
old
It doesn't
dudes
work
show
with
up.
the link.
Oh no!
I tried.
Oh no! All right, I'll put the meme in there. Oh, I've got it copied.
Go link it in chat.
Yeah, I'll go link it in the chat. There you go, guys. There's your Mei. Your sexy man, Mei. The sexy old bastard, Mei.
Yeah.
Just walking up. They're just walking up. Me and the boys, me and the boys rolling up.
Although,
Oh man!
now I was looking at the video again. These don't look that much like the aliens. I mean, the
no, they do look off though, which is like in terms of art style, they look off, right? There's something up. There's something up with them, right? So while Gigi and Ocarine are fucking around at the house, Ocarine notices something. He notices a thing. He notices something about the house.
There's a big box next to the house.
There's a big box, but there's no door to the big box in the house. Why is there a big box? So they go inside and they pull out the sledgehammer, and oh boy, the box is filled with those seals.
Talismans, seals.
Big talisman seals.
Which is a bit odd, Naretsu, because the box things is an alien thing. The aliens make big boxes all the time. And I mentioned, because the first group of people we find of gray people, they have big heads. They are misformed, and the aliens just make suits and somewhat misshapen human forms.
Yeah.
Well, but the humans, just straight up assaulting Momo are far more human-sized. So there might actually be big speculation time. There might actually be kind of a alliance between a local ghost and aliens.
Maybe. Yes, we will have to find out.
Because the cliffhanger is Momo gets actually assaulted.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting because it's like, yeah, it's not like she hasn't been sexually assaulted before, but most of the time that's by aliens or trying to steal the banana, or some other thing happens, right?
Well, it's usually
the way it's presented here is, if you didn't know that it was like, whatever. No, it's just a bunch of fucking greasy old men just showing up in the hot spring.
Well, she was getting somewhat sexually assaulted, more like bodily autonomy compromised, violated. It was more of her bodily autonomy was violated than actual sexual assault. That's the kind of the difference here. Because yes, the aliens will strip you naked and do whatever what they want with you. That's a violation of bodily autonomy. Something. But right now, it's just, hey, young woman, you're so naked right now.
Do you know about the gators?
People who sexually assault others in hot springs?
group of men that the Gators that sexually assault. I have to wonder, right? If this is one of those, because you love your big social commentaries, Ellie. You're a big fan of your big social commentary, projecting things onto things, right? I have to wonder if this is some kind of commentary on, Japan, co-ed barbs, sexual assault, how common does it happen? Is it happening? Is it being swept under the rug, right? Maybe, I don't know. I think it's interesting.
I feel
Of course.
it's kind of just a kind of a translation of it, right? Because the series is very doesn't kind of almost say, hey, look here, your bodily autonomy is violated, your genitals are not safe, your whatnot. Especially the aliens don't care what you think at all. In that sense, right? They just want your body, and that's that you can make that a very easy analog to society as a whole, right? Creepy men want your body, don't care for you as a person at all. I've said this, at episode 1 somewhere. That's why I mentioned it here.
Yeah, you've been getting these vibes.
I've been getting the body autonomy vibe, sex and sexuality, body and perceive and perception, showing and not showing kind of deals. And
yeah, definitely. So the episode kind of ends. Now, I believe season 2's already been confirmed.
For summer.
So it's coming out in summer, which I feel like this is a very weird kind of... I mean, I guess they probably had already planned, season 2, right?
Or maybe
just announce it now.
Somewhat, it's in the summer season.
Yeah, so they probably already kind of planned out that they're going to do a season 2, so the ending kind of is a bit better because it's kind of like,
I do feel that it's kind of a symptom of the times where, oh no, we can't take a risk of having 2 cores, even though it will horribly pacing and it will be terrible for the pacing and the tension of the show. We're just going to
really take a hit from this, because it is a very weird spot to have it's like a cliffhanger ending almost, right? Yeah. To have Momo about to get fucking raped in the hot tub, and then it's like, well, I guess you're gonna have to wait till summer to find out. Because I don't think we're getting another episode out because we're on 12, isn't it?
This was the last episode for
So it's kind of like the cliffhanger ending is, oh no, Momo gets raped in the hot tubs while Ocarina and Chi-Chi are fucking dealing with whatever's at the house. Like, holy shit!
It is actually a worse. Ritsu, there is a cliffhanger. Mariaholic. Do you know that show?
I have heard of that. Yeah, I have heard of Mariaholic.
Do you know of the cliffhanger?
No, I do not.
Like the first season or the second season, at least, in 28 or whatever, right? 28. Mariaholic aired. It's 24 episodes. And Naretsu, do you know how the season ends?
How does it end, Ali? How does it end?
Konoko, that pendant.
Oh no.
No, that's the end. Just hard cut, that's the end. Oh no, character recognizes her, a possession of her. Oh, that thing! Yeah. And then the show ends. And that's the end.
That's it. Rip.
The next season came out 10 years later.
No game, no life season 2 win. No game, no life season 2 win.
And from what I remember, Naretsu, it actually continues on from that scene years later.
God, that's great. That's great. But yeah, no. So yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely interesting. I think.
I am. It's of course a must watch for the summer season, but it is a half year
Mm,
away.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, looking back at the season as it is in its entirety, since we're not going to be able to talk about it for another fucking few months, very good. I think the show's good. It's
Yes.
interesting. It's a very well animated, very well presented.
Shall we go to
Definitely.
the list itself?
Yeah, we might as well. We'll switch. Yeah, we'll switch to the seasonal thing now. Yeah, no, just I reckon just overall, really good. You know, fantastic show all round. I can't think of I don't really think I have much of a complaint about it. Like it just works. it just works.
We have here Down the Dawn as the only one that is must watch. But did we ever have? Did we have anything else?
I had a few.
I had a few as a maybe, but
yeah, I had a few as a maybe. I was gonna watch 2.5D Dimensional Seduction, but I didn't get around to it just because it. I mean, I'll wait for an uncensored version of that, right? I'll Become a Villainess, who goes down in history. I didn't watch that. I didn't watch Demon Lord. I didn't watch the My Wife Becomes a Lolly show. The Mechanical Arms one I didn't watch, and then there was the Magical Girl one.
Yeah, I didn't watch it either.
Yeah, so those were the ones that were like in my maybe, and so they didn't show up as a thing. But yeah, kind of interesting how not a lot on the docket.
Yeah, just for the last season, right? Again, right? I said it like every other episode. 9 shows the season before this one. It was just one show. Oshinoko, Too Many Losing Heroines, Pseudo Harem, Elusive Samurai, How to Become Ordinary, VTuber Legend, Dungeon People I watched, Mayonaka Punch. It was a bunch.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And then we went to zero, almost nothing.
Yeah.
Literally almost nothing. Just one show that managed to actually captivate our attention.
Yeah, but Naretsu, next season.
Season, yes. Big. There's some big names. There's some small names. There's some, there's a few thingy-madiggies coming up.
So, with Naretsu, the first one, Solo Leveling.
Yes, one that I'm definitely going to be watching. That's definitely a watch for me.
Yeah, but however, Naretsu, I wasn't that into the first season, and maybe Naretsu, it's not the show itself. I've been bombarded by those stupid Solo Leveling mobile ads. It's annoying. I don't want to see it anymore.
You gotta watch the the Solo Leveling mobile.
If you do this now, you can pull
quick,
blah, blah, blah.
Get 3,300 free pulls if you you can do it, Ellie. You can do the.
But don't pick this one. This is a bad pick.
No.
Dumb.
So, but no, in terms of Solo Leveling itself, I'm interested enough in it.
Yeah, you can.
I'll update you. I'll update you on the Solo Leveling. Right, I'll let you know how it goes. Speeding along. ReZero. None of us were watching ReZero.
I'll put it. Shangri-La.
The 100 girlfriends that really love you. I've heard that's come up a lot in conversations, but it's
apparently
not
good. Not for me. Naretsu, Apothecary Diaries. That's a good one. Apparently, it's 2 course, so it's immediately 24 episodes.
We're gonna get to listen to all of the Apothecary Diary.
It will carry me until Down the Dawn is back.
Yes. Blue Box. I don't know what that is.
However, Sakamoto Days. I've heard a lot about Sakamoto Days, so I'm going to, but I'm not right now. So I'm thrown into considering.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about it, so I don't know about it. It's Dr. Stone. And I will watch it, but I will say, because I remember what was my criticism last time, Ellie. My criticism last time was, hey, we got the thing, the stone thing, and we
Mhm.
revived our bro, and we got he's healed up now, and he's all good to go. Now we're going to the moon, right? We're gonna skip a shitload of stuff. We're gonna fast forward time, right? Fast forward, big jump in technology, because why not, right?
Yeah.
And
We
I'm
got the
kind of like,
captain. We got the captain guy, and so now we're going to America.
yeah, and I because I feel, because my problem, right? At least from what I believe, like I feel like it's rushing. It feels like we're rushing a bit here, just a little bit.
So I am a glorious primary. I read the manga.
Yeah, you've read the manga. You know what's happening.
I know who the guy is in the big image. The scary,
Mm.
the scary guy.
Scary man, scary big man.
Here's where it dropped off.
here's where it's over. It's all over.
It's all over.
Ogre. It's all ogre. Oh no.
Oh.
Oh no. Big scary man with the long thumbnail claw thing made out of metal.
But yeah. So I am skipping it, but Naretsu, yeah,
I will tell you if the adaptation is better than this. I will let you know, because I'm gonna figure it out. All right, trying to not with it. Oh yeah, this is the one that's
this is
like
continuing
the guy,
because it's 24 episodes.
Yeah,
so it's just
it's the one with the guy that's like, he's at the shrine and he's got the
just
three girls and he has to
housekeeping
pick one of the.
over there.
Yeah. I'm getting married to the girl I hate in my class. I've seen a couple of previews of that. Not particularly interested. If I hear good things, that's in like, it's gonna go in the if I hear good things about it camp,
Yeah,
right?
I'll
Like,
put it a kind considering over there, but considering that every considering in the last season was skipped.
Yeah. Quintessential Quintuplet Season 2, skip. Happy Marriage Season 2, skip. Unnamed Memory Season 2, skip. Possibly the greatest alchemist of all time.
All right, this reads like an isekai. It might not be, but
it just says fantasy adventure, so
yeah. But it talks about goddess granting abilities and being summoned
and all that stuff.
Shokan isekai.
I might be the guild receptionist, but I'll solo any boss to clock out on time.
I am planning to watch this.
I will consider it. I will consider it. It seems interesting. It seems interesting. It seems like it'll be a funny, wacky fun time.
Yeah,
I do like
covering the always present but never explored position of being the receptionist at the guild.
Yeah, it's always good to have a bit of a wacky fun time show. Welcome to Japan, Miss Elf. Cool Japan.
Yeah.
cool Japan. Got tourism. Hey, I mean, it could be alright. I'm not gonna say it's not gonna be alright. Elf is intrigued by Japanese culture. Yeah, seems interesting. Okay. Bogus skill, something. Whatever.
You get powers from eating fruits, but you can only eat one. But he's a fruit master, so he can eat multiple, so he can get a bunch of different abilities that nobody else can.
Hey, something about charms, whatever.
Yeah.
Even given a worthless appraiser class, I'm actually the strongest.
Appraisal class is the strongest in every isekai it's in, so why?
Yeah.
Why?
Oh, so this one I saw a preview for. It was the elf's cat is secretly the S rank monster. Yeah, I'm considering that because it's an ecchi, and it looked pretty interesting from the previews.
If the quality is just kept up, then it might be interesting.
Yeah, because I saw the preview video for it, and it did look quite fun. It was kind of like hey, look, it's the the busty elf girl, and then the cat. It reminds me a lot of there's like this one manga that I've been reading where it's like the guy's like a teddy bear and he has like a sniper rifle
Oh,
and he's
alright.
like surrounded by all these hot chicks and they like are getting naked all the time. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. So if it's anything like that, it might be fun. So I'm a noble on the brink of ruin, so I might as well try mastering magic. We have magic prince at home.
Yeah.
we have seventh prince at home, don't we, Ellie?
Yeah, we had I considered doing the Mother's Basement video. The video itself is 4 hours, but it's going through a bunch.
Yeah, it goes through like all of the isekais. Yeah,
not all of them actually, but a lot.
Right.
And Seventh Prince was. Is it Seventh Prince? No, right? It's. What is the name again? It's not Seventh Prince. That's Seventh Son.
Seventh Son, something, whatever. I don't.
No, it is Seventh Prince. Ah.
Yeah. Because he's the seventh prince in the line to the throne. So he's.
Oh no, because you had Seventh Son. That's a different isekai.
Yeah. There's different ones. I'll go grab just because I see 5-0 talking about Japan's answer to Ted. I'm on my manga decks right now. I'm looking for the fucking. Where is it? It's gotta be.
Anyway,
it's gotta be somewhere.
This
around
doesn't
here.
look interesting to me. A Fate Strange Fake show. It's the most awkward Fates title thus far. But I like the Fate series as a whole.
I'm considering it because I was talking about this with Ellie before the show. It's kind of like a beta prototype for it. So I'm gonna plop the title for that sniper one. Here we go. So it's this is the Japanese and this is the English. So there you go. And there you go. Have fun. Have fun, kiddos. Last update 7 months ago.
Oh no. Anyway, yeah.
Oh no.
So Fate originally had male Saber, male or King Arthur, and a female protagonist, and a bunch of other servants and masters and whatnot. The setting was a bit different, also how it worked.
Yeah.
That never came out. We got some glimpse here and there of how it would have looked, maybe, but it never amounted to much at all. However,
and then I believe they did spin it off into its own kind of thing. Like they did
like a chapter in
Fate
Stay Go. Fate
it was that, or they did it. I believe it was a novel. They span it off into like a novel.
Yeah, something.
So it's based.
Low effort, not
like a light novel or something. I don't quite remember. I'd have to ask one. I have a few friends that are more Fate inclined. They'd be able to tell me exactly what the go is with it. But basically, it's
big.
Yeah, 5-0 says it was.
Oh, this prototype. Yeah, that's right. It's Fate prototype.
Yeah.
That's the name. This is.
Yeah.
Feels somewhat similar. However, they are in the US instead, so they are going to do Holy Grail War in the US.
Yeah, and it's like I said, it's very different too. It's going to be different. So it's interesting. Again, it's interesting. I'll probably put it on considering. I'll probably give it a look because it sounds like it could be fun. I have a crush at work. Office lady show. Office people doing cool, cute things. Okay, I'm living with an otaku neat. That actually sounds.
This
fun.
sounds
that could
funny.
Be fun.
I'm putting it on planning, but super secret ninjas next door living with you. Funny.
Oh yeah, the visuals look pretty good. Yeah, the visuals look pretty fun.
Let me sneak into the visuals real quick.
Yeah, the visuals look pretty funny. So a
lot of cosplay and a little bit timing. Kind of deal.
Yeah, little ninjas, and then she's badass ninja, and then feet. So anywho, Umbelblatt.
I remember that name, but I mean I see it has ecchi.
It is classed as ecchi, so I might consider.
I remember his name. Maybe I read a chapter or something, but
Unbublat. He's got his eye slash and his
He got
sword.
knives on his ponytails. On his twin tails.
All right. Well, I mean, I'll consider it. You know,
Yeah,
I'll give it a consider.
considering.
I'll give it a consider.
However, this one is skipped.
Daily life of a middle-aged. Okay, yeah, kind of. Yeah, I'm gonna skip that. Arona Kenshin didn't watch. Honey lemon soda.
I'm getting a vibe, Naretsu. I'm putting this maybe.
You're getting vibes. Oh yeah, you're getting your vibes. Vibe check time. Vibe check. Vibe check.
But the main visual doesn't. The key visual kind of pushed me up a little bit, but this has maybe a. I'm.
Who knows?
I'm going to give the first episode a try.
Okay, so moving on, we got Magic Maker. How to make magic in another world. Okay.
It is Studio Dean, and therefore it's partially I think a skip because it doesn't promise much.
Toilet bound.
Second
Ghost
season. Blue
Exorcist,
Boy.
Blue Exorcist. Red Ranger. Oh, Red Ranger.
Yeah,
yes.
No, this is a watch. God, I've read.
I have heard good things about it. I'm gonna consider it, and if you tell me it's good, I'll watch it.
The manga was good. The manga was fun.
Right. Red Ranger. Next we've got Fall in Love with a
Okuwana.
Oh, so is this gonna be one based on like the regional dialect type
Maybe,
thing?
yeah.
Yeah. That could be fun for be interesting how they localize that then, if it's gonna be that kind of show.
You mean in subtitles or English?
I mean, either way, like, because like it would be like, hey, like different dialect of like, you know, speaking normal English versus like bro speak, like, oh yeah, bro.
Nah, I think it's going to be thick Welsh or something, or Irish.
Yeah, something like that, maybe. Yeah. Who knows? That's why it's
another Gracia.
Yeah, so Phantom. I don't know about this, but you know me. I like my girls and my guns, right? I'm a gun girl lover, man.
Mm-hmm.
Girls on the front line with their guns, right? I'm down. I'm down for a bit of that. I'll consider it. It's strong. If it looks good, I'll think about it. If it looks good.
Unfortunately, I think it's a skip for me because I remember the Gracia series as a full visual novel, the first one. But
well, like I said, I might give it a go, and I'll let you know if I like it. Right. Season 2 of something that we didn't watch.
This
from
one.
From bureaucrat to villainess. Dad's been reincarnated. This is definitely a
Have you been reading the manga, Naretsu?
No, I have not.
I have read the manga a fair bit, at least until it was done, and then I read it again until it was, caught up until that point.
Yeah.
Funny manga.
Okay, well, funny times, very good. Promise of Wizard. Yeah. Some other thing that I skipped. One Piece. One Piece. Is in. Interesting tag, otaku culture.
Workplace. I just saw the Studio Mappa, and Naretsu,
the Mappa Minds, yeah, the Mappa Minds.
You just complained about just looking at the studio name, but
yeah. Well, I mean, what's the info? Let's have a look. After graduating from high school, Natsuko starts her career as an animator. Oh no! They're trying to send subliminal messages from the mines, Ellie. They're trying to tell you how bad it is in the mines. Okay, so her talent quickly flourishes and she makes her debut as a director. In no time, her first anime becomes a massive hit, sparking a social phenomenon and earning her recognition as an up-and-coming genius director. Her next project is set to be a romantic comedy movie themed around first love. However, having never been in love herself, she struggles to understand the concept of first love. As a result, she's unable to create the storyboard, causing the movie production to come to a standstill. One day, she passes out while working on her storyboard and wakes up in the world of her favorite childhood anime. Okay. I'm kind of intrigued. That sounds fucking interesting.
Yeah, I do have to say it does put me off a bit, but I'm going to give it at least the first episode because
Yeah,
it
because
talks
is it
about
an original?
it talks
Is
about
it based on?
stuff. It talks about difficulties and whatnot.
It is an original as well, so
Yeah.
that's interesting. Okay, well, give it a go. I'll give it a go. I'll put that on a hard watch. I'll put that on not even a considering. I'll give that a go. Sounds interesting.
This looks like
Nervous breakdown. Nervous breakdown. Isekai. No, that would be no. What was the one that was a Death March?
yeah.
Like they die. They die in the while working. And
Well,
then
there's also 300 years of killing slime also died while working.
yeah. I wanna escape from Princess Leeson's
Sounds like
Flowers and Astra. Doctor Detective, Trillion Game, Pokemon. Anyway, I'm falling in love with you.
I'm putting Flower Asura as a careful consider because I'm
Alright.
feeling something. Alright, Pokemon Medalist.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to hear very good things about Medalist because I was in a server with one of the scanlators for this manga. And
okay.
Drama being put on first is accurate because it's from what I got, it was like 90% drama.
Right.
90%.
Most of the rest of these, I don't think are particularly interesting. The
Farmer Gia. Don't you know about Farmer Gia, Naretsu?
No, I do not. What is that?
It is the big media mix project.
Oh,
the fairy tale guy
it's got the fairy tale guy
made the same characters again.
He did. Man finishes fairy tale, creates fairy tale 2.0.
Do you see the visual?
Yeah, I am. I did. I looked at it. I'm like, hey, we have fairy tale at home.
Here's the girl that does the thing with the zodiac, and there's the blue guy, and the ice whatever, and the
yeah. All right. Well, I mean, if you're into that guy's work,
he's
been doing it since Rave Master.
Yeah. The game is out for this, right? However, Naretsu,
I don't know.
The game is absolutely terrible.
Ah, well, that's lovely. So anyway, something utility. Yeah, a lot of these I'm not a vampire bar thing.
It's a golf anime.
Golf. Gonna play some golf.
Season 2.
A lot of these that we skipped already.
Inukuman.
Theater of Darkness, Cardfight Vanguard. I'm just kind of going through a lot of these.
And that's it.
Precure. Yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, well, I'm going to switch my filters to remove everything that I'm skipping. Save that. Right, so far I've got solo leveling, I've got Dr. Stone as my hang on. Sorry, my nose is feeling a bit diff. Oh, and I'm also going to have to get my food in a sec. It's going to arrive at my door. So I've got the Zenzatsu one. I have Dr. Stone, and I have solo leveling as my hard watches. And then my considering is Guild Receptionist, Cat S rank, Fate, Living with Otaku Neat, Umblat, Red Ranger, Phantom Trigger, and Villainess are my considerers. So that's my list. A few of those are probably going to get dropped, but is what it is.
Yeah. So I have as a watch Apothecary Diaries, Strange Fake, Red Ranger, Bureaucrat to Villainous, Senshu. Second order is Planning is the Guild Receptionist, Living with an Otaku Needs, Kunoichi, Honey Lemon Soda, and after that it's Considering Sakamoto Days, Getting Married to the Girl I Hate in Class, the Elf Girl's Cat is an S rank monster, Ulbo Blood, And then the Okiwana anime and
Yep.
Flower no Asura.
All right.
I am. You can get me
A
with
lot of those are probably going to get cut.
Oh yeah, I
A
mean,
lot.
to be honest, right? I can almost just set getting married to the girl I hate in class. I could just say I'm skipping it right now, but I want to have something when we're talking about next in 3 months. I want to talk about something.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, so I guess that pretty much does it then. I mean, we're pretty good to go. Pretty good to go.
Yeah.
So yeah. I reckon we're probably going to take a break next week because Christmas week. We're going to be busy doing stuff, doing other things. And I don't know if we'll do New Year's Eve. Will we do one after New Year's? Because when is New Year's? Because it's like
I
what is it?
I did see that a bunch of these animes, multiple, start airing like in 19 days.
Yeah, they start. Yeah.
Although Fate starts in 9 days, but
That's Fate.
17 days for lemon, honey
I
lemon
reckon
soda.
let's just say we might be taking maybe a couple of weeks off for the holidays.
Let's say
and New
2.
Year's.
Just keep it at 2, and if we're another way,
we'll come back on the 11th, basically, or no, 5th. Yeah, it would be the 5th, I guess. Would be. Oh no.
This is the second week.
No.
It would be the 12th.
It would be the 12th. Yeah, it'd be the 12th. Yeah.
11
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. 12th for me. Yeah, 12th for me. Yeah. So we'll be back. We'll be back probably in mid-January, because we're gonna have a break for the holidays and stuff. But yeah, it's been good. It's been a good year. A lot of good critical critiques. A lot of fun times.
Then I'll show my big lineup that I made massive amount of money and my water-cooled PC with my 5090.
7 gazillion 5090. Yeah, big times. Yeah. All right. We will catch you guys next time.
Later.
Happy